Yo, hello. Quick before today's podcast, I forgot to mention in the podcast, this weekend, probably not, this is going to be up after then, but we are doing a bite-a-thon for Carly's AKA Murphmaid's 10,000 steps a day in July. If we manage to, we have goals that we're going to be raising, so come along. If you don't manage to come along to the stream where we're going to be raising money towards this, then don't worry. I'll leave a link in the description. Don't feel obliged to donate, but if you could, even £1 helps. So every penny helps. It's charity. It's all going to a good cause. And the more money we raise, we can make me bald. And Murph also has a bunch of her own challenges. So yeah, just a quick before the podcast starts, because I forgot to mention it altogether because I was crazy brained. It's like 5 a.m. now. So yes, thank you everyone. I really appreciate it. And it's time to get on with the podcast, which is a good one. Spoiler.
See an enemy team, you're like, oh fuck, and you just take off, and then you're like, it's like that moment in Heat, you're like covering each other's backs. Oh, okay, go, okay, I'll...
Yo, I think everything worked.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, welcome to kind of is part 2, but more or less is episode 5. But we're gonna call it part 2 because we still have things to talk about.
2.
So like
we're into the Star Wars verse now. Sounds like
into the Fluffverse.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's happening?
It was going so well, and then I pressed the intro button again, and you got like a second of.
It's all good. We're here.
Well, we will have a you know, nothing goes wrong at some point.
Yeah.
One day.
One of these days.
Maybe like episode 60. But
Fuck it.
Thank you, everyone who watched the first episode. I really appreciate it. It was a good chat that we had about. We had a lot more planned to talk about, but we only got through 28 Days Later and Death Stranding, which was both really cool.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So Coops has been playing more Death Stranding.
Yes, I have.
So yeah, he's fully immersed. We will 100% when Coops finishes it. I am planning on doing, because I'm not bothered about spoilers. I'm gonna play it in December. I'll have fucking forgot that it's even a thing by then. So
yeah,
I don't mind.
You forget so much too.
I don't mind living the game through other people. So Keanu, I've messaged Keanu. I spoke to Keanu.
Yeah,
he's
awesome.
Down. There's another person that's played it that I think would be really good for the podcast. JP.
Okay.
So I might ask JP if he wants to come
awesome.
on.
Fuck yeah.
So I feel like he has a really good, like, unique opinion on games at times. So he would be cool to get on.
Awesome.
Sorry, I'm turning off my aircon because it's too mad.
No,
so,
dude, yeah, that and me and Otis were gonna do like a spoiler cast after I beat it too. So that'd be awesome. Like we'll do one and then we'll have another show where fuck yeah, dude. I'm down to talk about it. I love it. It'll be awesome, man, to get other people's perspective on it, the stories and the way they played and did different things, you know, that'd be awesome.
I think as well, I think we all, I'm pretty sure, I'm speaking for JP here, but I'm pretty sure we all quite like Kojima games. Like I know Keanu really likes his Metal Gears and stuff. So
Metal Gear.
So yeah, that is what's to come in the future.
Little do they know.
So yeah, that's definitely to come up in the future whenever Coops beats it. There's no rush. It don't matter if it's September.
It probably will.
Probably will be. Yeah, when he's had to restart it because he took a break. That's fine.
No, I'm in, man. I am balls deep in Death Stranding 2 right now. I love it. It's one of those games where you're thinking about it when you're not playing it.
That's the sign of a
Like,
good
oh
game,
man,
innit?
all I want to yeah, exactly. It's like all I want to I didn't want to do this fucking show. You begged me, you're DMing me crying about it. I was like, fuck. So I just put the controller down. No, it's a great. No, that's what I mean. It's that type of game where, yeah, I remember RE4 back in the day when it came out.
Yep.
When I'd go to school with the fucking guide, and I'd hide the guide in like my math book or whatever, and I'd be like looking at and I don't like spoil this shit for me, so I'd only turn like a page or two. But that's how like I was so fucking hooked into RE4. So that's where Death Stranding 2, obviously the RE4 remake, Phantom Pain, any of the Metal Gear games that are just those 10 out of 10 games where you just can't stop thinking about it. Like all I want to do is be playing it. That's Death Stranding 2 to me. It is Red Dead Redemption 2 quality. It's I know we love to shit on AAA games, and a lot of it is deservedly so. But yes, but EA, Ubisoft, right? Fuck those guys. But this is the reason why we
fuck Ubisoft for producing this fucking pile of shit that I'm having to play for Keanu. I'm gonna shove this up Keanu. In fact, Keanu's getting this and he's playing this shit, man.
Dude, isn't that fucking game so hard?
Right, I got 4 levels in and I was literally molding that much that I had to use cheats. I've had to use like 99 live cheats. Not like unlimited live.
And you never use cheats. That's weird, man. Well, you always
right. So the way Rayman works, right, is you get 5 continues. Usually in the game you get 5 continues, you get game over, and then you reload and you get all your 5 back. No, not in this game. Ubisoft are like, no. You lose your continue, it's gone forever. So you get, obviously as you go along the game, the game is literally trial and error. You don't know what's coming. So you could be jumping, there could be 3 enemies, you could die. Okay, well I've died. I could probably get another life back. But you can't get continues back. So really what the game wants you to do is to die multiple times until you just learn a level so you can do it deathless. But some of the levels are like 4 or 5 levels long. So and to do those all deathless is ridiculous. So I was down to my last continue on level 5, and there's 50 levels, and I was like, "There ain't no way I'm beating this." So,
oh my god!
And then to like beat the whole game as well, you have to collect like these gems that go on this medallion in every level, and you have to collect them all.
Awesome.
And there's 5 on each level, and some of them are just so hidden. It's ridiculous. And the way the game works,
over and over again.
You have to go back and revisit because you get like power-ups that enable you to get to other places. So I'm going to do 50 levels and do the cheat to get all 50, and then I'm going to beat the game. Like, you can call me a scumbag. I've already said it's the hardest. I've played it for 5 hours. It's the hardest game I've ever played in my life. It's ridiculous.
I remember playing it back in the day, and it was just like I'd play it for a couple hours, and I was just a kid. I was like, okay, whatever, and then I'd go switch to something different. I never got too invested in it. But back then, like I'd call that padding, unnecessary padding. To make a game so difficult.
It's like NES difficulty, isn't it? It's not needed.
Right, right. NES difficult. Right, back in the day where games were so fucking hard, and if you died, it was game over. Start from the beginning. Again. But for a lot of kids, like that was your game. That's what you had. So at least you couldn't. And if you could just play it and beat straight through, you realize that a lot of these games are 2 to 3 hours long.
Yeah,
they're very fucking short. So a lot of you'd get that artificial length from how difficult it was.
Once you know what you're doing,
that was something they thought.
Yeah,
they thought, and then you get good at the game, and then you can beat it real quick. But it takes a while where now everyone wants, just a good length regardless, so, depending on the genre, depending on what you're playing, but yeah.
So fuck Ubisoft. That's when Ubisoft were, well, were they
Ubisoft
good
in general?
Were they good? But I mean, they've done some things over the years, but I mean, they probably deserve where they are now.
Early Ubisoft, like, to me, they started some good games, you know what I mean? Like Assassin's Creed, like in the beginning, and here and there, like they throw out an occasional banger, but for the most part,
cool,
so like, mediocre. Yeah, Rainbow Six Vegas. I loved Vegas back in the day. But even like, what's the latest Rainbow Six?
Siege is good, but Siege is independent now, I think. So
true.
They've broke away. That is, I would argue, that's their most successful game in like the last
you're right.
10 years, easy. Well, it's 10 years old, I think.
Siege is just more. I mean, it's a good game, but it's akin to like Apex Legends. It's that replay over and over again. I miss that good Rainbow Six, like the story driven.
Yeah, like
you had your squad. You had to
lockdown
Vegas.
Lockdown
and Vegas, where you actually had a team. You had to okay. I love Rainbow Six on Xbox. I had the headset.
Yep.
Okay, open, breach, and clear, and then the fucking stack up on the door. Okay, open, breach, and clear on Zulu, and then Zulu go, and then they fucking go. I felt like such a badass. Yep. Like, you're such a dork. I'm this kid, like, fucking pimples over my open, breach, and clear on Zulu, guys. Like, I'm a fucking Navy SEAL commander or some shit.
Did you ever do
it made you feel cool.
Yeah.
Like, you had the headset and your team was like operating. Like, they don't do that shit really anymore, unless it's a multiplayer game. But do people really play like that, or they're just like fucking squirrels?
You piece of shit.
Or Warzone, where they're rabbit hopping and everyone just runs off in different directions.
Quick,
no one's a team.
Bridge and clear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
fucking head bobbing.
The aim constant. Yeah, no, that's what they teach you in the military. Yeah, that fucking bunny hopping shit and up and down, crouch shit, crouch. Like, I fucking hate Call of Duty now.
Yes.
Like, Jesus Christ. But Rainbow Six is at least a little bit more tactical. But I miss those where you have to like pay attention, have a team, order them to do shit, and then cover each other, flank.
Yep.
Like, think tactical. You can die in a couple of shots. So, and as much as I love that, I also love Doom. You can you have the back and forth. The two different styles. So, but
yeah,
I digress.
I love Siege. It's probably one of my favorite multiplayer games I've played, but it's one of those.
I tried it.
If you take a break from it, I played it recently, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so bad. I can't even aim anymore. I can't even hold recoil on like the easiest gun." So, I think my Siege days are done. But
that to me was like Overwatch. I tried playing Overwatch again, and it just got completely fucking rolled.
So I play Winston, mate. Winston requires 0 aim, and all you have to do is
just jump around.
Jump on people. That does damage. And then if you're taking too much damage, you put your shield down, and then you just hold left click. It's the easiest characters playing.
So
you
game. Can just and
he's fun. I mean, who doesn't want to play a monkey with a jetpack? I mean, like, come on. Who are you going to play as? I'm going to play as a soldier with a gun. Okay.
Yeah, that's I'm a basic bitch though. I like Soldier 76, but I am a basic ass bitch. I'm the guy that give me the assault rifle, give me the sword.
Yeah.
But I am very basic, but. No, I appreciate like you and Otis. You guys play like all sorts of different type of characters and do different things.
I've always loved I've always liked filling in roles. So people are always scared to tank. Like, it happened back in the day, and wow, nobody wanted to tank. Everyone wanted to just be a DPS. And I was like, well, I was very conscious. I had like the DPS tracker, so I'd be like, I can see that my DPS isn't up there with other people, so I'd rather tank and just keep aggro, and that's my job then. And that's easy. You generally have like 3 or 4 spells that you can do that'll do that. And I don't see what's so scary about that, because I'm the tank. I'm going to get priority heals usually. So, I've always... It just comes from the WoW days where everyone was like, oh, well, we need a tank. I'm like, okay, I'll definitely play tank. I'm not playing healer. Like, I've never played healer. I had no idea, but tank.
Love healers. Appreciate them from a distance. I don't want to fucking do that shit. Yeah. I have no interest in being a healer. Yep.
That's the problem.
I played a tank on accident. I played a tank on accident, and when I first started playing WoW, I was stupid. I didn't understand the idea of roles. I picked a warrior because I like warriors. That's it. I like their build. I like what they use. So I'm playing the whole game with a fucking polearm. Like, I'm using double swords and shit. I'm going through dungeons, and people are like, hey, buddy, where's your sword and shield? I'd be like, sword and shield? What are you, gay? I'm a fucking warrior, bro. I'm using a polearm. Bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? And I would just roll through it. I'm like, I'm playing the game. Like, look, the rogue has an enemy, the mage has an enemy, the healer has an enemy. We're all spread out. This is fine. Everything's going great. I had no fucking clue the idea of being a tank, holding aggro. I didn't understand that shit. That was the first time I've played an MMO in my life. So until then eventually it got to a point where I got to level 60 and I'm running dungeons with people and they're like, dude, you have to tank.
Yep.
Like you have to have a aggro build because the rogue gets slaughtered, the mage gets slaughtered. We can't protect everybody. Once they go down, we're all fucked. And it's like, oh, but see, I was like you though. I'm like, well, I want to do DPS. I like doing damage. Well, no, warriors, okay, yeah, they can do some damage, but their main thing was tanking.
Yep.
You know, unless you're doing PvP, you got to tank. That's what we need you to do. You have all the aggro abilities. You have all that shit to keep the attention.
Yeah.
And then my brain started to kind of pivot, and I was like, this is cool. Yep. I'm the guy in the fucking front tanking the fucking dragon. It's on me, just trying to keep all the attention, and I'm paying attention to what's the mage doing, what's the rogue doing. Oh, the rogue's got aggro. I better pop this ability, get that aggro right back. I started to enjoy in Final Fantasy 14 doing all my rotations and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
getting your rotations
doing this, getting your rotations down, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, the rogue did something, pulled a little bit aggro. I just fucking switch right to him, boom, get right to me. Then I got the aggro. I started to take pride in that, you know, being a good tank. If someone fucks up, I just grab aggro, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yep.
And I started to take pride in being like, if the mage, the rogue's like, I'm gonna pull, I bet I'm gonna fucking get aggro off this warrior because I'm just gonna do so much DPS. It's like, fuck you, try, bitch. Do all your shit, try to get it, and they'd maybe pull for a second, but I'd have some sort of cooldown that I'd hit, and it's mine again. It's knowing how to play your character. That's where I started to take pride in. And then you could obviously switch roles and do different things. PvP, you could be more damage oriented or questing. That's where you could play and have fun. But running a dungeon, you had roles. So I was the warrior because they had swords, you know, the big swords, the great swords and shit. Yeah, that's why I loved warriors.
I liked playing tank. My main character was a druid, so I was a tank druid. But my character that I played a lot as well, my side character was a rogue. I loved playing rogue. And my friend, he started.
Yeah, rogues are cool.
He started a priest, so he was healer. So questing early doors with him was easy because I just have a pocket heal. Yeah. It was like, we'll just team up and I'll just kill everything and you just heal me into oblivion.
You just keep me alive. So you got it.
And now he's still got that priest, and he's got like, I don't know how many, probably like 10,000 hours. It's crazy.
Damn, he's still playing. So, I know friends that still play too, even from back when I played. Yeah,
it's mad. I tried to, but
I can't do it anymore. I loved it, but.
I was looking at when I did all the Lord of the Rings games. I was looking at getting back in. I was looking at trying Lord of the Rings online. And
so that's like you were saying. That's kind of getting a resurgence, huh? People are starting to play that again.
Yeah, like some people.
It just looks so dated.
It kind of just looks like a bit of a scuffed WoW.
It looks so.
But
yeah, it's too old for me.
It doesn't look as bad as you'd think it would. It's definitely had some sort of patch or something to renew it a little bit. But yeah, I think it's seen a bit of a resurgence. There's a team on it, or there's people on it that try and do. They basically all make hobbits, and they go from Bilbo's house as level 1s, and they try and run to Mordor, and jump in the lava. And they've not done it in ages, and they completed it like quite recently. And did it. But that's so cool. I love stuff like that. Like when I used to watch thingy back in the day.
That is cool. That is cool.
It's Twitch. When I first got into Twitch, I'd watch like Soda Poppin, who's one of like the OG streamers, and he would do like level 1 raids where they would choose a dead server and they would all spawn in as like Horde or Alliance as level 1s, and they would go and charge like so if they're spawning as Alliance, they would go and try and storm Orgrimmar and kill like the big boss in Orgrimmar. All as level 1s, and he'd literally get like thousands of people to do it. It was amazing.
That was cool. When your raids back in the day, that was the most fun I had with it. When we were like, dude, we were Alliance, so we would be like, oh my god, they're fucking attacking Stormwind. Holy so cool. shit. And it turns into this war. That was awesome. And it seems like so many people are like, well, that's griefing now. It's like, no, back in the day, like people fucked with each other. You know, we would have, or we would go to level 1 areas and fucking just destroy noobs. And that was fun. But yeah, I get to it. But then what would happen? The other side would realize what we're doing, and then they'd send their fucking level 60s over and come to us, and it turns into a fight. So griefing and shit was like kind of fun back in the day. People are pissing and moaning a little too much about it.
Yeah.
They find ways to subvert it now. You just go, I'm non PvP. And that's it.
And that's it. You're just
that's
immune.
fine.
Yeah.
So stop being a pussy about it. Like when people complain about, oh, this is annoying. Like stop being pussies about it. Like I like that Dune turns into kind of more of a PvP game at the end, but it was a little too leaned way too heavy into it. So they're kind of leaning back on that, which is nice. So because I love PvE more. I'm more always a PvE guy. You know what I mean?
That's it with like Tarkov. A lot of people go, oh no, too many sweats in Tarkov. It's like, what do you expect? Like the game is so in depth. It's the people who are amazing at it are going to just play nothing but Tarkov.
Yeah,
so
it is very much a singular.
You are literally just going to get shat on. Like there's just no other thing for it. And the only way for you to get better is to stop complaining and just practice, or
grind it.
Go and play.
Yep,
because
you gotta grind it.
You can play PvE now. You can turn off PvP and just go and play on your own.
Oh, can you? Oh.
Which is cool. I think you have to pay to do that. I think you have to buy a certain edition to unlock that.
Okay.
I've not looked at Tarkov.
At least it's an option.
Yeah, it's cool. But for me, there's no thrill in it if I'm just against bots. It's boring. Like I might as well just play the Call of Duty Tarkov mode that they have that's dog shit. So, today's episode is we're going to talk about a mixture of things, really. So we're talking firstly about the hit mobile game that's coming out. I don't think it has a release actually, but Capcom spoke about it yesterday or the 10th. It's now the 12th, but it's because it's 1:30. Resident Evil Mobile. I don't know what it's even called. I've just wrote down Resident Evil Mobile. I'm just going to call it that. It's set in a parallel universe that builds upon the Resident Evil world while divergent from the original series. So basically, they're just going to find a way just to bring everything in to one game.
MCU multiverse.
Pretty much, yeah.
Doctor Strange is going to link them through portals or some shit.
I'm guessing the way to get people to spend money is they're going to do like, it's the anniversary of Resident Evil 2 today, so you can unlock Resident Evil 2 Leon if you want as a player. So it's a clever way of doing it. Am I ever going to touch it? I'll download it. It looks to me, from what I'm looking at now, I mean, they had a fucking whole conference for this shit. It's wild.
Yeah,
it literally looks
right now,
identical to The Walking Dead. I don't know what The Walking Dead game's called.
Yeah,
it looks exactly like that.
Game.
They have some cool little things. Like I like the door transitions and stuff, but no, I mean it's not a game. Like I will put my hands up.
Who is this for?
Yeah,
I mean it's Resident Evil fans. I get that's what they're aiming for, but really, like they want this.
Yeah,
I'm a Resident Evil fan.
It's a clever way of doing it because I would rather them do this because I know that no one in the main team that's working on Resident Evil 9 is touching this. So I'm happy. If it was another fucking online, like, don't get me wrong, they had good ideas with RE-verse, and I think Resistance was better than RE-verse by a mile. RE-verse is just full of sweats after day one, and it was boring. It was repetitive gameplay. People played it just because it was easier to get all the achievements. That was it. But I think Resistance, I think it was called, like the like the Dead by Daylight style, that had way more potential.
That was okay.
And it just got full of hackers. So they just couldn't be bothered to fix it.
Didn't support it. Right, they didn't support it well. That had potential. I agree. They have unique ideas and they have good ideas when it comes to like mercenaries mode. Raid mode in Revelations. Like they have some great multiplayer modes where they could build on that. Imagine remember imagine like the Village. Well, they did it in kind of mercenaries, right? Like, or imagine having a map where you're in the protecting that house with Carlos. Remember, and you have the president, and you're getting it's like wave after wave, and you and your friend are fighting, putting up boards, just fighting people and like trying to survive. It could be like kind of how Call of Duty Zombies mode does.
That would be
wave
sick.
1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. Like they could do that shit, but in all of a sudden, and then like this is wave 10, they're gonna throw El Gigante at us. Lean into Gears of War, Horde mode. They did it the best.
I always thought that they were gonna try something with RE2 or with Nemesis. When they announced that they were going to do a multiplayer with I think it was with Nemesis that Verse came out. I thought they were going to do it where you can turn your game on to online and that you could spawn in as Nemesis in someone's game.
That'd be cool, and like, hunt them
down. Yeah, you could do scripted events, but it would be cool.
Yeah, sure.
That would be just something different. You know what I mean? Because then that would mean that people playing that, although it's a pretty average game, it would give it so much more replayability, and it make it so unique. Whereas it says, like if you compare original RE3 to remake, it's like they took a step back. Because in the original RE3, there's so much like there's randomized enemies, randomized loot. So they switch in the police station. You can either get the Magnum or the grenade launcher. That's randomized. Okay. So I've literally I can't watch speedruns of that game because people just reset if they don't get the right gun, and it's like I have to watch the start of this game constantly. So, and then they'll get that gun and then get caught by a zombie and lose a second and reset. So, I personally I love that game, but I can't watch speedruns of it. But he had something unique about it, like random enemy placement, different enemies in different rooms.
Yeah.
Whereas the remake just felt like it wasn't that. It only changed.
It just was a letdown compared to the RE. It just really, to put it simply, it was a letdown compared to the RE2 remake. The RE2 remake was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, an RE2 OG is fantastic. The remake was just a great retelling to bring it up to more modern day. You know what I mean? It paid respect to it, but it also brought changes that were excellent.
Yep.
Whereas RE3 remake, it did some things that were, I liked Jill, I liked Carlos, I liked the gameplay side of it. It just kind of felt shorter, and Raccoon City was just more on the background. Like and Nemesis, I loved Nemesis at first, but then he quickly transforms, turns into a fucking dog, and it just gets real stupid. Like, they just wasted Nemesis. I wanted to see Jill in the city more. I wanted to see Nemesis more of a threat, kind of chasing and hunting you down. And like you said, they could have had moments where it's like, hey, this is now where a player can like summon into your world or whatever, and as Nemesis, you
have
can
it as just like a separate difficulty. So if you want to just do hardcore, you can't just get invaded and knobbed. Like, have it as like standard hardcore. I can't remember what they call them now. I've not played it in ages. Like Inferno, that's it. Yeah, or you could have like online, which online would have a set difficulty, so it would be like hardcore difficulty, but always online. So you could have a chance where you play the game and you just get a CPU Nemesis. But I think they dropped the ball massively with that game.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, they did.
But yeah, I think I'm glad that they're doing, and this at least, if they're going to fill something with microtransactions, let it be a mobile game. Because that's what they're all like.
Not like a main, not like a main series, a mainline game. Yeah. But I mean, they could do something cool. Like, we were talking about this off the podcast, but like with Dead Space, they made a mobile game that wasn't like a cash grab. They wanted to make a good Dead Space mobile game, and it was a good game. It was a mobile game, you know what I mean? But it was still third over the shoulder. You're, I think you play as like a different engineer or whatever, but you have like that set, the suit on, that you look like Isaac Clarke, you know what I mean? Like the fucking Dead Space suit, engineer suit, and you aimed and you moved with your how you do with mobile games and shit, the virtual stick and it worked really well, and it was cool. I remember playing it for a couple hours. I enjoyed it. It got good reviews. It was solid. Where it's just a fucking another gacha lottery cash grab bullshit game. I suppose spend money.
There is a market for that's massive. But
there is a match probably in like where like Hong Kong and fucking Japan, China, Japan, I should say, not Hong Kong, but like Japan and where it's coming from. Like, there's a lot more. I think they play it over there more than we play here.
And like, I used to be really against mobile games. I'm like, it's not even a game. Why would anyone spend money on a mobile game? And then I discovered Pokemon Go, and I don't spend money.
Pokemon Go at least was cool that in the regard, like, it gets you to go outside, and it has a cool twist on it. Like, it was uniquely different.
I don't just spend money for spending money's sake just to get a good Pokemon, like, because I know that there's other ways I can do it. Like, I know that spending isn't just going to win the game. It's different. It works different in Pokemon Go.
It's more of a convenience.
I wouldn't still be playing it now if I didn't have like a community I play with. Like, I have like 50, 60 people that I meet up with on big events. So if I didn't know them, me and Lee would probably play it once in a blue moon.
it encourages a community. It encourages like going out and hanging out with people.
Yeah.
That's a fucking cool thing.
It's awesome. I've met some good people.
So even the game itself, it's like, maybe not the best in terms of gameplay.
Yeah,
just catch Pokemon, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I haven't played it in years. I know they've added a lot. But it's not. You're right. We've seen that. I'm watching it, and we've seen this game time and time again.
Every game's had one, hasn't it? Every commercial series. It's just. I bet you Twitch, right? Ooh, actually, this is a good idea. This is kind of sponsor. So if we do every year we do Horror Month, if Resident Evil comes as a sponsor,
you should play this.
Please, everybody, play it because it will all go to charity, and we can all unbox Leon Kennedy's for charity.
That's right. No, I'm looking at. There's the merchant, and there's 300 gems, and the merchant's going to be the fucking microtransaction. Oh my, yeah. What are you buying? Is that Visa or MasterCard? What are you selling?
Extend that limit, will you? That's a great limit you've got there, stranger.
Yes. Buy the... Where's your credit limit, stranger? Oh, do you want to buy the battle pass? Come on, you pussy. It's only $9.99. Limited time only, stranger.
That? You don't need a mortgage. You need Leon Kennedy. Leon S. Kennedy. Oh. So
he's half off right now, stranger. Oh Jesus Christ!
Like I'll play it.
That's what it's turned into. It's a joke.
I'll try it, but there's very low chance I'll get into it. I mean, who knows? We might be talking next month, and I might be, this will all be gone, and I've just got the most stacked Resident Evil fucking mobile account ever.
Right.
But
oh shit!
Yeah, it is just I'm kind of in a way I'm relieved that it is. Like something like this, and they've not, because for me, if they try and make, because the last mobile game, I believe, I might be wrong with this, I've not researched, I'm just going off memory, because this is one of the Resident Evils I need in my collection, but they did a mobile game back, do you remember the Nokia N-Gage? So it was a phone that looked like the Game Boy Advance. They did a Resident Evil game for that, I think, called Degeneration, if I remember. It was the one that tied in with the film at the time. It was like an animated film, and it was kind of like Resident Evil 4 gameplay, and that's like rocking our shit. I don't even know if you can get it physical.
Yeah, Degeneration.
Yeah,
I'm seeing.
So I think if I'm going to go out on a limb, that's probably the last Resident Evil official game that they made. So it's interesting that they're going back and exploring that, but also as well, I'm glad that they're trying this shit out. With these sort of throwaway games that don't matter. Like, we're not going to have to play Resident Evil fucking mobile or Resident Evil Versus to find out that,
understand.
Yeah, so I like...
sort of story beat now.
Yeah, so I'm all for that. I'm glad that they're doing it that way, but for me, it's just, it doesn't appeal to me. Obviously, it's Resident Evil. I love Resident Evil, but yeah, we'll see. I've looked at a little bit of gameplay. It kind of just looks kind of generic, and I don't know how it's going to play.
It doesn't look that good.
Yeah,
it doesn't look good.
It's more. I bet the people who play it will just do their dailies. Yeah, and then log off. I can't see people going, "Oh, what did you do this weekend? Oh, I played Resident Evil Mobile all week." That's just not a thing. So, yeah, mad that they did a 25-minute conference on that. I would argue that's longer than the official Resident Evil 9 conference they did a few weeks ago.
How long was that?
So, but also, I think they're going to have to put like resources into this because this is going to make them money. Like the market for mobile games is massive. And as well, like what I didn't realize about these sorts of games, they have like I played Star Wars Galaxies, I think it's called. It's a mobile Star Wars game. I've got it installed still. I've just not played it. Oh, Heroes. I think it's called Heroes Galaxies.
Oh, I've seen it. Isn't it kind of like Raid?
Yes, it's pretty much just Raid. But I was in a guild in that, and the people were mad. Like there was Raid Day. We would have discussions.
Where you at, bro?
Yeah. Literally, they would go mad at people if they didn't show up for like Raid Days. So they'd have like 2 strikes and you're gone. So it was cool. I spent a little bit of money on that, but it was literally a game that I would go in my car. Because I didn't want to fucking... My job is to talk. So the last thing I wanted to do is sit in a canteen of people and talk. So I'd go in my car. I'd put like... At the time, I'd listen to Drama Alert with Keemstar.
Nice.
I'd have that on.
Oh, yeah.
And then on my iPad. Baby. And then I'd play this Star Wars fucking Galaxies and do my fucking dailies every day.
As one tear slowly just falls down your cheek.
and they did like... events and stuff. Like did when the Star Wars Force Awakens came out, they did an event where they released like Kylo Ren and Rey and stuff. So I remember juicing up to try and get a Kylo Ren, and I never got him. I was pissed. Aww, I fucking put like 20 quid on that shit, and I didn't get Kylo
Ren. You fucking chill. Mom, I need your credit card. I need Kylo Ren.
That was like I just refused.
I'm depressed, Mom.
Back then, I would play FIFA as well, so I was like, I can't be affording to putting money on 2 different games.
Yeah, I got fucking right. I need those gold packs.
Yeah, man. Gotta get them packs.
Messy, gold, messy. I can't play that other fucking game right now. Definitely. I'm trying to get Platinum Ronaldo, 5-star Platinum Ronaldo. What was it, Giovanni or
Da Vinci? That's what I used to say.
Da Vinci. I need Giovanni Da Vinci. So,
but yeah. The notes I wrote.
God. At least FIFA is a fucking game you can play at the very least.
Yeah, well, FIFA is. I've not played the latest one, but from what I've heard, and I watch like big streamers on that, and they all say that this is the worst in years. Like, they've gone like full sellout mode now. FIFA, like, it's like every day there's like hundreds of dollars worth of packs in the store, and that was never it when I used to play it. They would only do big packs on big promos. So for like if there was a Halloween promo or like I don't know, big event going off, then they would put the big packs in. But it's every day now, and it's just and people
it's just play pure greed.
Yeah, that's it. And now the new one's not even fucking nothing's been announced about it apart from if you pre-order it, you get what's called an icon. Now an icon is like they're the best players early game. They're like the old players from back in the day. So you can get like really high ratings, and you get one of those for free with a game if you pre-order it now. So the people that pre-order it,
decent incentive.
It is an incentive, but it's going to mean everyone's got like a meta. Some people are going to pack like crazy things, so it's just going to be like, the curve at the start is going to be mental. Like usually, when I used to play FIFA, people would be using gold players all year. Now, a month, not even a month in, no one's got a gold player in their team, so. Yeah, it's sad to see where it's gone because I used to put a lot of hours into FIFA. I used to really enjoy it. Now,
listen, we all hate microtransactions and shit, but they're here to stay.
Yeah,
all we ask is just make the fucking game good. Yep. If you can make the game good and enhance it, and like, hey, we're listening to you. We actually put a majority of the budget into making FIFA a much better game. We're listening to the players, what we want it to run smooth, run steady, blah, blah, blah. You can still have the cash shop. You can have the cards. You will make money. But people are tired of seeing the same thing with Madden too. It's the same fucking game every year. They take features out, and then 5 or 6 years later, they put them back in.
And then it's a new feature. Yep. It's exactly the same with FIFA. It's funny because
it's like you have millions of dollars. You have why don't you hire good? Because they're cheap. They're so fucking cheap. It's all about maximize profits.
It's minimum effort and cost.
Minimum effort
for maximum profit. Yeah, and it should be okay. We want to make profit,
half and half.
But let's push the boat out. Let's do some crazy like I don't know. Something. They're the brains. They got money for it. So
true. Yeah.
It's funny because there's. This is totally off topic, but there's like fighting games. I don't really follow fighting games. It's not my forte.
Either.
But
Me either. I like them, but from a distance.
With Street Fighter, it's completely opposite. Like Street Fighter fans are screaming and crying for DLC and content. Like they want to be able to buy things because Street Fighter 6, I think it is this one. Is incredible. Apparently, people are saying it's the best Street Fighter.
I've seen it. It looks really good. Yeah, it looks good.
But there's just they're just drip feeding content. Like I think they announced more characters, but it's over a year they're going to be released, and it's like 4 characters.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's
and there's not many like skins. Like
I get they got to do balancing with the characters and shit, but like still,
and I know
a year, that's
Capcom a while ago. I remember like Street Fighter 4. They got a lot of stick because they were doing like the game wasn't even out, and they just announced a bunch of DLC. So I get it. They're probably thinking, well, we've gone down this route before where we've announced a load of shit and people didn't like it. But I think when you know you've got something good, what's wrong with giving people more? You know what I mean? I'm not saying like 50 characters,
of course you should.
But just every week, just fucking make a new skin. Like you've got fans that you could say, we'll do a competition. Your skin could get added into the game. of a character.
That'd be great.
And then imagine
that.
Imagine being a fan and drawing up, I don't know, a Ryu skin, and then you see it in the game. Like, that'd be insane, wouldn't it?
In 6, can't you, or was it Street Fighter that you can make your own character?
Yeah, make your own character up and stuff. Yeah,
maybe you make a really cool custom character that they're like, we're gonna add you to the Street Fighter roster. Your character looks cool.
Or have it as like a weekly challenge where the coolest character, and then you can buy, like, I don't know, for a couple of quid, and you can get like the blueprint of that character in your game.
Sure,
so that'd be cool.
Yep. And if you make like a portion of the proceeds, if that's like a competition, you make that money.
Yeah, even if they make like 10%
too. Yeah. It's like they have, for one, I get they have enough money. They have enough fucking money. But I understand they want the money to fund future projects. They don't want to get into the hole. I get all of that. You need to make profit. But games like Expedition 33, as much as I love shitting on it, they show you that you don't passion. If you have passion and you want to make a great product, the money will come. Baldur's Gate 3 is another example of people going, you show that to somebody like Bobby Kotick, he'd be like, that game looks boring as hell, looks stupid, you're not going to make any money off that shit. And they just prove you wrong time and time again. And these are games that I'm never going to fucking play. I don't want to play Baldur's Gate 3. I don't want to play what fucking other Street Fighter 6, but they look awesome. I appreciate from their genre,
and I'm glad they're doing well for the people that do like them.
Yes, hell yeah.
Like, I'm not one just because I don't like a game. I'm not like, I don't care, hope it burns. The only game I think like that is GTA. I want to see GTA. I pray that GTA crashes and fucking burns. Like,
it's not. It's gonna be awesome.
There's too much. It's Cyberpunk 2. It's gonna be Cyberpunk 2. There's no way.
Nope.
It's too much hype.
Rockstar, time and time again. You know what? I did the same thing with Red Dead Redemption 2. They first showed it, and I was like, oh, it's a prequel. Oh, who's this Arthur Morgan guy? I don't like him. I like John better. Oh, and then the fucking game came out. And then they made a South Park episode about Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, that's how fucking good it was. Arthur Morgan, immediately after playing, probably after an hour, I was like, I fucking love this guy. I fucking love him. And it's just like, that's how good Rockstar is. They can show you a trailer, and I'll admit, the GTA 6 trailer looked stunning. Am I in love with these characters? No. I don't know them. I barely know them. Jason and whatever her name. Okay, whatever. They're kind of like boyfriend, girlfriend. Okay.
I think they're brother and sister. It is that part of America, right? We're getting close to that sort of land in America where, you know, brother and sister, girlfriend, boyfriend is pretty much.
Right. This is legal. We can. This is it. Yeah, this is fine here in Alabama. You may not like it, but this is normal here. That's right. They love each other. It's normal. But no, I get it. You want it to crash and burn. I totally understand. But I think it's going to be fucking amazing. It's just because their track record.
As well, like a lot of people have moved on, though, aren't they, as well? Like, they've got a lot of new...
True.
So maybe the brains behind it.
Right? The main guy, the other... what's his name? Are they the guy who does Laszlo? That I'm so stupid.
He left, didn't he? The Laszlo, he had quite a lot to say.
But no, one of their big... executives left Rockstar. The big guy, Dan Houser or something.
Oh yeah.
So you're right. That could be like, was he the main?
Yeah,
Dan Houser's English speaking writer.
Was he the guy who went to the Mindside devs? Is that him?
No, that was Leslie Benzies. But see, he wasn't the fucking brains, because I can tell you this much. Dan Houser and Sam Houser, they were brothers. They started Rockstar. They would not let fucking Mind's Eye out the door. They would not let people play Mind's Eye.
Well,
they'd be like,
they want to
stop it. No.
They want to re-release it now. They're going to, the guy saying, we're going to fix it and we're going to re-release it.
Okay,
It's like, what?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I'll believe that.
It's like trying to polish a turd. It's just,
yes.
It's not good.
No, there's no need. It let it crash and burn. No, but you guys bit off more than you can chew. You spent too much money in the wrong areas. It's the same story time and time again, you know. And Leslie Benzies, whatever, maybe he's a good writer or something, a producer. I think they don't mean shit.
As well, what people have got to realize, and this is where we're going to see from Rockstar, because GTA 5 was what? 2013. People don't realize
I think so.
That game's like 12, 13 years old now.
I know, but and it still looks like it could come out today.
It does, but
that's how fucking good it looks.
I think as well, a lot of the devs probably realize, but to them, they don't pump games out every year. Like that's where Activision has kind of an uphand on things, because they get with Call of Duty, they just learn every year. Well, shit, we did this wrong. No one likes this anymore. But the more frequent you put games out, you get more of a feel for the audience, I feel, and for what people are buying and what they like. Whereas if they don't get this right, and GTA for some reason does, I think it's going to sell well no matter what, like Cyberpunk did. I think that I don't think they'll release a buggy mess like Cyberpunk. I don't think they're willing to risk it. But if there's a chance that it comes out and it just doesn't hit the mark, it could be massive. It could have like massive repercussions. Like you said, I don't think it will. I hope it does. Just because I hate the chat. Like everyone's on about it. It's what I've never been as unhyped for a game in my life. And I hope that this time next year, funny, I'm eating my words and I'm like, it's incredible. But
I think it's gonna be. But here's the thing. Even let's say it does just end up being mediocre or whatever, it's gonna sell like gangbusters because it's Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, that's it.
People are gonna buy it. They're just gonna buy it. They're gonna throw money at it. They could make it $100 and people will buy it.
Yeah.
And if you ask me that debate, like how much should it be? Should it be this much? Should it be that much? To me, this is what they do. If you ask me, you have it released at $70. Yeah, for free. It should be free. No, you have it released at $70, okay? And I know this sucks, and everybody hates this, but then you have an $100 edition that's 48 hours early access.
Yeah. People, they're going to do that, aren't they?
Oh, baby. Because I know, listen, I hate this too. I don't want games to do this shit, but they're doing it. It is purely a cash grab. They can absolutely release the game 2 days early. There's no reason not to other than greed. But video game companies are still going to do this, and people want to piss and moan. Here it is. You get to kind of get the best of both worlds in a way. You get that $70 peasant edition, the one for the people that don't want to pay $100 for it. I agree, but then you also get the $100 edition where I'm a peasant too, but I will buy it because I love Rockstar games and I'm excited for Grand Theft Auto. Death Stranding just did this, but in an actually much better way, where it's $70 for the base edition and you could pay, I think it was $10 more, and you get the deluxe edition and you get 48 hours access.
They did the same with Silent Hill.
A nice way.
Silent Hill was like
that is a much
10 quid.
Better way to do that. Right. If they did that would be awesome because they're going to make more money they could ever possibly imagine. So that would be ideal. But I realistically seeing them doing $70 and then for $100 you get like a digital deluxe edition where you get 48 hours early access. People are going to piss and moan, but they want to make money hand over fist. They've probably spent, I don't know what they've spent on.
It's like billions. Isn't it like 2 billion? It's the most expensive game.
Holy shit!
I'm sure it's like billions.
6 budget. Is it really billion? I would be blown away. Oh my god! You're right.
I think it's like 2 billion.
1 and 2 billion. Holy shit!
Yeah, the game.
That is wild.
There's no way they're gonna do what. The thing is, the way I look at it, but I'm looking at it as a working man's. I'm very generous. I would like to think I'm very generous, and I put other people first. Like, like for example, when I did merch a long time ago, like I put the minimum. I'm not profit minded at all, and that's probably why I'm still fucking sat here. And Rockstar are fucking, got 20 girls in a hot tub and fucking snorting coke off fucking dwarves. So like
that's why
you know what I mean.
Gamblers,
for me,
you're fucking fluff. You gotta charge 200% markup. You fucking loser. Yeah, that's why you're gonna be a man.
They could afford though, because the game is gonna everyone's gonna buy it. As much as I don't want to get it, I'm gonna see everyone play it, and I'm gonna pick it up. It's gonna sell like gangbusters. So I think they could afford to go. Okay, the normal price for games is $70. We're gonna do it for 60. Sure. And then they look like the greatest devs ever because they've undercut everyone. But will they do that? No, I think it's going to be $80, $90 just for the normal edition. Because they've put so much money into it, they will make their money back.
Yes, Yeah.
But
to me then make the normal edition 80 and give out the deluxe for 100. You can have the gangbusters collector's editions for 250.
Yep.
People will buy that shit, whatever. And I'd pay 100. I love GTA. I love Rockstar. I've never been proven wrong, and I'll eat my words. If the game's mediocre, I'll be like, yeah, it's mediocre. I won't regret spending $100 on it because I'm sure I'll have fun with it. But
for me, 100. I mean, I'm thinking 100 quid. 100 bucks is like 90 quid. I don't like saying that. Some games behind me, I never play my life and I've spent £100 on. But for me, for a brand new game that I don't know what it's like, no, I don't. I would probably wait. Like I'm not excited to the point where release day, I'm going to be playing it and streaming it. Not that I care about numbers. Sure. I've never been number driven with anything, but yeah. Everyone's going to be playing it. I think it's going to be nice to come to a stream that's not showing it. So I'll definitely pick it up probably around I might play it next Christmas.
But see, I'm going to be playing it I'm not going to be playing it because give me them numbers, baby. Yeah. I'm going to be playing it because I fucking want to play it. Like that's why I'm playing Death Stranding 2. That's why whatever. I don't care. Same. I just play what I feel like playing.
I know that when Silent Hill comes out later in the year, everyone's going to be jumping on that. It with Resi when that comes out next year, everyone. But the games,
it'll be on
the games that I 1000% don't want spoiling, and I really want to play. So I think it's daft when you think, oh, everyone's gonna be playing it. I'm not gonna play it because of that. I don't think that's a good mindset to be in. I think you should focus on what you want to do because ultimately, if you're gonna want to play that game, you're gonna be playing something that you don't particularly want to, unless you've got something else lined up. You know what I mean? But personally, I've always just. I play whatever I want, and I implore everyone else to do that. Don't fucking just follow the whatever everyone else is doing. Just do what you want to do. It's cool. It makes you a bit unique.
Fluff loves playing Rayman 1.
Yeah, I fucking love Rayman 1. Yeah,
that's why he plays what he wants.
Yeah, I'm definitely playing what I want right now. That's why for the rest of the year I'm doing JRPGs. I'm playing what I want for the rest of the year. There's no way.
Yeah, you'll make up for it.
So. Yeah, probably a good time to go into another release that has not flopped, but in some ways it's mega flopping, and that's the Switch 2. So I think it's sold pretty well.
Switch 2, okay.
I've not really looked at
the console
sales, but the thing is, you're gonna get the people that are buying it for their kids because it's a Switch and it's a brand new shiny toy. When you look at the Switch 2 to the Switch 1. I said last time I'm gonna have a hands-on with it. I've not seen Tom. We've been busy, so I've not had a hands-on with it. But I've heard from people.
So I know Tom has one.
Yeah, Tom got one on day one. He loves the Switch though. That's his main console.
Has he talked about it? How does he like the Switch 2 though? Is he liking it?
I've not really asked him. He only played a bit of Mario Kart on the first couple of days, and he said it looks nice. But from what I've heard from people. The biggest problem with it is it only released with one unique game, being Mario Kart, right? And
Mario Kart World, which I just don't care enough about.
And Mario Kart 8, and I think Mario Kart was a system seller for the Switch. I think it was out for the fucking Wii U, weren't it? But I think it was that good of a Mario Kart and that unique that it was warranted to come out and be a launch title. Even though it was already on Wii U, a bit like Breath of the Wild, it wasn't a Switch release. It was still on Wii U as well. So, but I think it's really ballsy of them just bringing out a console with one game. And I know that when the PS5 came out, they had very similar things. They only had Demon Souls remake, and I'm trying to think of another PS5 game. I'm probably going to say there's that and maybe one more title they had. But the difference is that was in a pandemic, it was just coming out of the pandemic, and no one could get them. So now, the Switch, I think that's not a problem at all. I think everyone I know that wanted one got one.
You can get one, and even Otis was saying, because he works at the big game store, you can get them.
Really?
You can get them.
Just walk in and get one.
So you can just walk in and get them. And they got hundreds of them at first when it came out, and they sold through them. But you can pretty much you have them readily available. Which part of me applauds Nintendo.
Yeah, that is very
nice
good.
That they weren't fucking dicks and made it so scalpers could get them. They're trying to prevent that, and they had other anti-scalping measures too. They were using like if people go online, I don't know if it was on eBay. I remember seeing an article where if people were trying to sell them for absorbent prices, they'd get knocked right down. So that's really fucking cool. I like that they're trying to prevent that shit. So people, you don't have to spend $5,000 to fucking buy a $450 system. You know what I mean? It's a stupid price.
Happy Hob bought a PlayStation 5 off a fan for like 700 quid. Because he wanted one to play Demon's Souls.
Actually really not bad.
So yeah, I mean, on release, I think they were like 400-500. So he maybe paid him.
You think he'd be add a zero? I'd be like, you're gonna add a zero to that motherfucker.
Yeah, the fan he bought, because it was a fan he bought it off, and he was like, just take what I paid for it, mate. And Hob was like, no, I want you to make some money. So yeah,
okay, cool.
At least
I gave him a couple $100 on top.
Yeah, it was nice of him. I just think, for me, it's kind of weird that they've just released it with one game. Like, why not just delay it till this month when Donkey Kong comes out? Like, Donkey Kong looks like a good game. I know
it does look good. It looks good.
For me, I like Donkey Kong, but I just think
it's not really a system seller, though, is it?
Would you say, when you say Nintendo, like, how far down the list do you get of characters till you get to Donkey Kong?
Donkey Kong.
You've got Mario, Zelda,
right?
Link,
right?
Luigi, Bowser, Yoshi.
Bowser, keep going.
Maybe Donkey Kong.
You're getting the Smash Bros. Characters.
Yeah.
Samus.
Mewtwo. All 1,000 Pokemon.
Yeah.
So,
no shit.
Yeah, so you go pretty down the list and then you get Donkey Kong. That's no disrespect to Donkey. I think Donkey Kong Country and
they're great. They are
amazing
great games. They are like I'd say they're underrated almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, they're good games, but people just they don't give the love that a lot
especially
of
the
Mario
more modern
2D
ones.
Games and stuff
I don't think
like Country Freeze or whatever it was called.
Yeah, it wasn't that great, was it?
I never played them, but they were good. But I never played them.
But I'm glad they're trying something new. It's not me trying to totally shit on it, but I just feel, for me, it's just wild. I get it that the console's ready to go, so get it shipped and get it out. But if you've got nothing to sell with it other than Mario Kart, which looks very mediocre from what I've seen.
It does. It looks okay. It just looks like Mario Kart.
When the Switch came out, like Lyric, like all the big streamers that I would watch back then, all playing Mario Kart for weeks. Like they do their normal stream, so a new game would come out, like, I don't know, let's say fucking Kingdom Come Deliverance came out. They play that in the day, and then in the evening they'd switch all to Mario Kart, and they'd all be playing Mario Kart for like 6 hours.
Oh wow, no shit.
So yeah, I feel this Mario Kart looks like it's nowhere near as good as Mario Kart 8.
I can definitely tell with Donkey Kong though. It's the team that made Mario Odyssey.
Yeah,
it really looks like Odyssey.
It looks like Odyssey,
but it looks good.
Yeah,
like it looks the destruction of the environments, like Donkey Kong just running through and destroying everything.
It looks sick. You can like really destroy anything.
People are gonna like it.
Yeah,
but yeah, it looks fun. People are gonna like it. But yeah, to me, you're right. Is it that game that's like, oh my god, it's probably gonna be a great, solid 8, 9 out of 10 game. Like it's gonna be great. But are people gonna run out and buy a bunch of Switch 2s to play it?
Well,
it's debatable. Well. So, at least I'm not.
They've got what else is it? Metroid. The only Metroid I've ever played was Super Metroid on the SNES.
Metroid's great.
It's a really good game.
The Prime trilogy is really good. It is good.
The thing that puts me off Prime is the Wii one where you had to use the fucking Wiimote. Like the only shooter that I liked on the Wii was Resi 4. Resi 4 on the Wii was incredible.
That was cool with the remote. It was cool.
I feel that I don't know, something about it that I don't know. I've probably not given it enough time. I will one day commit and play all the Metroid games.
Well, Prime 1 and 2, I don't know. I know they've done a trilogy. I think all 3 of them now are on the Wii.
Yeah.
But when they first came out, they were on the GameCube. They were great games for the GameCube. But then like the Corruption 3 came out, and that was the first one on the Wii, where you use the remote and stuff. But I think the reason why I like the Metroid games so much is they were good at like immersing you in the world. Like in Metroid 3, you were sitting in her ship at first, and you could like hit switches in the ship, and certain things would happen, and it was cool. Like there was a lot, like you would scan the environment and get lore. Like you felt like you were in her suit. You know what I mean? Like it had unique features and functions, and then the gameplay felt solid. Like it was a good shooter.
Also,
like
early Metroid did like, well, they're called Metroidvanias, aren't they? Like Metroid
Metroidvanias,
and Castlevania.
exactly.
Like they did spawn a kind of a genre of games, which I Super Metroid. If you've never played a retro, if someone says to me, recommend a game from when you were a kid that isn't super, because all the games I played as a kid, they're so difficult. Like playing fucking Rayman now. Jesus Christ. There's no kid that beat that. There's no kid. Unless they were Japanese. There's no kid that are in the Western sphere of the world that beat that game. I refuse to believe it. So, whereas, like...
Stick to your guns, man.
Like, anyone... If you would come to me and say, as a kid, what game did you beat legit? It was Super Metroid. I don't think it was that difficult.
Yeah.
It was kind of figuring, I've got this a bit... I can turn into a bomb. I can go through that wall I saw earlier.
You got it.
So,
yep.
And that for me was one of the early games that I beat as a kid. And I had I didn't have a legit thing. I had like a repro cartridge. But yeah, so for me, if they'd have maybe got that to a point where that can release alongside, I mean that's putting too much pressure on them. They're going to rush that out. But in an ideal world, if they did a release trio of Mario Kart, Metroid, and Donkey Kong. You're looking at 3 games there where you go and you've only got enough to buy one of them. You're like, shit, which one do I get?
I'm probably going to get... I would get Metroid.
Yeah,
I'm more of a Metroid.
I get.
But you're right. That would be a great launch. No, you don't have that Zelda or Mario. That is that true system seller. But you're right. With at least those 3 titles, it's like, god damn.
Yep.
Like you got a pretty solid lineup, and you kind of got like the best of both worlds for anyone. If you're more of that Mario platforming person, you've got Donkey Kong. If you love racing Mario Kart games, you'll love Mario Kart World. And for me, if you're more action shooter oriented, then you'll want to get Metroid.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think that would definitely be a better solution. And to me, I'm not going to even be looking at a Switch 2 until like the new Zelda comes out, or that's it. Really, I only get Switches now to play Zelda.
Yeah,
that's all I mean, until I get them for.
I will say,
I hope they surprise me. I really do.
I bought I remember watching. I've talked about him like 3 times this stream already. But Lyric, he's like, I don't know if you know who Lyric is, but he's.
Yep, I actually learned about him from you.
All right, so he's like a faceless streamer. He never had a cam. He's really chill. He plays all like the new releases. He used to play a lot of like Arma Battle Royale, like Hunger Games. So that's what inspired like PUBG and things.
Oh yeah, okay.
But I was watching him play Breath of the Wild, and bear in mind, I wasn't a Nintendo. I was a Sega kid growing up. I bought Tom's SNES of him, and then I got a bunch of Nintendo games, and then I got into like Mario, but I was never mad on Mario. It was more like Super Metroid, and I loved Donkey Kong Country. I put so many hours into those 2 games.
That's funny. That's funny. I was more Mario, more Zelda. Yeah,
and I never played. I played a bit of Ocarina of Time, and I played a bit of Twilight Princess. In fact, no, I completed Twilight Princess as a kid. But I never finished any other Zelda. That's the only Zelda I ever beat. So for me, I saw Zelda and I thought, they're just all a bit. But then I saw Breath of the Wild and I saw Lyric playing it. And I literally, not even 3 days later, I had a Switch. And I had no intention of ever... I'd not bought a Nintendo console since the Wii. And that was because I knew that we used to have like family game nights, and I thought, well, playing Wii bowling and Wii Sports would be hilarious with family, like getting my grandma up playing games. So I bought it just for that. I didn't buy it to go, I'm going to play all these Wii games, because I didn't look at the console like my PlayStation or my Xbox. So like I bought that just because I saw that it was so open and you could play the game pretty much however you wanted. But then with Tears of the Kingdom, I just felt like I've not played it, but I've watched it. And I just feel it's not as... The wow factor in there for me, like it was with Breath of the Wild. I remember seeing Breath of the Wild and being... I bought a console for that game, and I've not bought a console for a game since. And I don't think I will. Whereas with Tears of the Kingdom, I saw it and I was like, this literally looks like the same game that I've already played and put 100 hours into. Do I really want to go back and play it? And
I definitely recommend trying it though. But here's the thing: I wouldn't try it right after playing Breath of the Wild. I know it's like, but because I feel like it's too much of the same gameplay style,
Yep.
but the game itself is fantastic. And what I'll say is because the way it uses how you explore not only the sky but underground, it's really fucking cool. And Hyrule itself, the way that it's changed since Breath of the Wild is very interesting. They did a great job of like kind of reinventing Hyrule again.
Yeah.
Like they did obviously in Breath of the Wild, but in Tears of the Kingdom, I was like you. I went into Tears of the Kingdom going, am I really gonna give a shit? Like, did they do enough with this? And I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. I remember being hooked, kind of like how I am in Death Stranding, where you're playing the game, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go underground, I'm gonna do this for a little bit, and now I'm gonna work on this, and now I'm gonna work on that. Like you get into like a mode where you play those great games like Skyrim, where you start doing lists, right? I'm gonna explore this dungeon now. Now I need to go back to my base, store all my shit, do this. You know, it was really good in that regard. So it's funny with Breath of the Wild. I got a story similar to how you did. I saw the Switch and I was like, okay, it's cool, gimmicky. I like how it has you dock it, you play on your TV, and you take it portable. I really think that that's going to be the future of gaming, is being able to just dock your system, play it, and pick it up and go.
Yeah,
I really think that's the future.
That's what everything is, isn't it? Everything needs to be so accessible now. If it's not, you can't get it straight away. Then people aren't patient. Look at TikTok. People, like, I'm one of them.
You want instant gratification.
I'll watch
want it too.
A minute-long TikTok, and I can't watch it at normal speed. I hold my finger on it, so it's double speed, because I can't be bothered to wait 30 extra seconds to watch it in normal time.
We got to speed this shit up.
It's disgusting.
I wouldn't blame people, who are listening. People listen to podcasts at 2 times speed and shit. It's just I need it more and more. So no, I get it. We are definitely losing our patience in that regard. And I'm trying to get it back. I am trying to slow down and enjoy things more.
It's hard though when everything else around you is going at that speed. And
true, it's go. So, but so I was like, but I'm not gonna get a Switch. And I saw Breath of the Wild, and I was like, I'm not really sold on it. It looks okay. I know it's gonna be good. It's Zelda. I love Zelda, but it wasn't like Ocarina of Time or even Twilight Princess, where I was just fucking Jones, and I was like, nah. Because it came out around the same time that Horizon Zero Dawn came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think Horizon Zero Dawn's gonna
PlayStation's answer.
It looks, exactly.
They tried it with Dark Cloud, failed.
Awesome.
But Horizon Zero Dawn for sure is going to do it, right?
And if you look at it side by side, like Horizon Zero Dawn, the graphics are stunning. You're fighting these like robot dinosaurs, and it is a good game. It's a good game for sure. To me, is it a little overrated, overhyped? Yes, but it is a good game. But anyway, so I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm like, I don't fucking want to Switch. I know I've told you this story, but I don't want to Switch. I don't want Zelda. So I'm playing Horizon. Like, this is good. This is good. I'm enjoying this. And all of a sudden, I'd pop on Twitch and I'd go, Breath of the Wild. People are playing Breath of the Wild, huh? Let me hop into a stream real quick. And I'd be watching it. And I'd be like, this looks pretty good. Yeah, whatever, fuck it. I'm gonna go back to Horizon Zero Dawn. So I'd go to Horizon Zero Dawn, like, this is way better. And then there's that little, then the itch comes back, that fucking, I'm gonna look one more time just real quick. I grab my phone and be like, oh, he's in the desert now. Holy shit, this is really good. Wow, this looks really fucking cool. No, but then back to Horizon. I literally did this for fucking hours. I'd pick my phone back up. Oh, he's in the snowy mountains now. Holy shit, this is fucking cool. Like, I just copium, just lying to myself the whole time. Like, I don't want this. I don't want to play this. And then eventually I got to the point where I was like, fucking stop, dude. Stop. You want Breath of the Wild. Yep. Just fucking get one. You want it. Stop fighting it. And I played it and I loved it. I was so hooked into it. And I'll even be one of the people that say that I think the melee in Breath of the Wild is pretty disappointing. The combat, it's pretty simple. I wish they would do more with that. I wasn't a big fan of it, but it's the whole package of Breath of the Wild.
It's how I view Dark Souls, though. Like, an Elden Ring. You could say Elden Ring, maybe not. Like,
it's pretty simple.
Dark Souls' combat is 2 buttons. in
True,
attacking,
you
isn't it?
attack,
Dodge
attack.
strong attack, or you not light attack,
Yeah,
don't
but
you?
you get combos and special abilities,
Yeah, but do you
magic
get
though. But you're
combos?
right.
You don't get like
Do
combos
you
like
get to
Devil
use
May
them?
Cry. You know what I mean? It's not that in
and I
depth.
don't want that.
So
I don't want that.
like, and yeah, I don't. And I think the simplicity works because with every Zelda, it is literally been. Yeah, he's dead. You know what I mean? If they start adding combos to it, I think a lot of people lose interest, don't they? Then.
No. But look at Ocarina of Time's combat was excellent. Look at where you could lock on and you could fight depending on like if you're holding left, he would do different attacks. You could backflip, you could jump and do an attack, you could hold your sword and you can do the circle. You can still do that.
The best fight in Ocarina of Time is when you fight Shadow Link. You know, the evil Link.
Yeah, Shadow Link. Yeah, Shadow Link. And I thought the Ganon fight of Ocarina of Time is legendary. It's so fucking good. That's what I want. No, I don't want Devil May Cry. I just want a little more fluidity, more animations, a little bit more. A good example would be Twilight Princess. As you played, you learned new skills. Like at one point, you get like a sword skill where if an enemy's coming up, Link automatically just kind of grabs the hilt of his sword, and then you can attack, and he'll just do a quick slash and kill it instantly. That type of shit where you learn little techniques and like Wind Waker had great combat and you'd learn like special techniques and abilities. That's where I think Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is missing. I think that's where I'd hope with the new Zelda. Like I love so much of like the DIY building crafty stuff. I do love that as well and how unique it is.
Yeah,
but
we've seen enough of it now.
I want them to at least put more into the combat, just a little bit more.
I think it'd be like we had Ocarina of Time and we had Majora's Mask that were pretty much the same engine, weren't they? You could do everything in both that you could do. Like pretty much, you had different mechanics in each, and I think with this, if the next mainline Zelda game is just another clone,
should be different.
It needs to be
should be different.
Please just make it totally different. Don't copy any of them. Just be totally I love the chibi style that they're doing with. I can't remember what the latest one's called. Something of Wisdom.
I'm not a big fan of it, but I know people like it.
That art style is so cool, and if they were to go back and do,
it's okay.
I know it's controversial. I don't think they should do Link's Away. What's the one everyone loves? Link to the Past. I think they should go back and do if they do Zelda 1 in that style would be incredible.
Yeah, dude. Yes, that's what I want them to do. Like, and I you could argue that Breath of the Wild is kind of like it's not.
I get what you mean.
It's like real Zelda 1 realized, kind of, where it's like when you were a kid and you played Zelda 1.
That's what you pictured.
This is where your imagination went to. But no, you're right. I would love to see them remake the first Legend of Zelda
in that style. Would be amazing. It'd be so good.
But do it in that style, but I want it in 3D. I want it like kind of like Ocarina of Time. Yeah, I want it in Ocarina of Time. I want it 3D. I want it to look like Link to look like more older, mature. You know what I mean? That's what I want. That's me. Other people do want 2D top-down type shit. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm more of the Ocarina of Time era.
I think it'd be cool to do it in that style because you have also the side-scrolling parts in. I think you get that in 1 as well, where you go in dungeons. Certain sections you have to solve. I can't remember. It's been a. Oh no, I'm thinking of Link's Awakening.
Dude, imagine Zelda 1. Imagine Zelda 1 and you go into a dungeon and it's almost think like Dark Souls inspired, right? Where like Link's got the torch and he's got a sword and you have to like you get into fights and combos. It's not bloody or gory or anything, but it's like more intense. You know, bring some intensity to it. Like Zelda, and I still want it to be fun and I still want it to be Zelda, but have a little more of an edge to it, you know, like they could change and do different things where I think they could do a something unique with it, as opposed to just, okay, this is really good, but it feels like Ocarina of Time, or it feels like, or this feels like Majora's Mask, or this feels, you know what I mean? Like do something different. I would take inspiration from like a darker, edgier side. You know, I'm not saying like Prince of Persia where you got Godsmack playing in the background, but but
I want that.
Yeah, but just just pick whatever. I don't know, 5-finger death punch, and you fucking got Link going through a dungeon. No, I don't want that type of shit. But like, I just think go in a little bit more of a darker type style where you're exploring dungeons, and then you have like the beautiful open world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you're running around and you can see mountains and shit, and so that's what I want. I want more of a mature kind of, little bit of an edgy, darker Zelda.
Yeah, I think they can do
within reason.
Because the darkest Zelda they've done was Majora's Mask, I would argue. Because that game is kind of, when you think about that game, that all these things that you're fixing and you're helping the Gorons. It's been a while since I played Zelda. What are they called?
Been a minute,
But you help them, you free the baby, rescue, but then you have to undo it all because you have to rewind. So although you are helping certain people, you're only doing it for a selfish way, and then you're undoing it. So it's kind of fucked when you think about it. Like, there's no way in the game that you can fix everything and fix the time. So I'd say in that way, when you think about it, Majora's Mask is dark compared to the others.
Imagine a Zelda. Look, again, I'm not talking about but look at games like Ghost of Tsushima or Witcher. You know what I mean? I'm not asking for mature rated Zelda. No. But look at those games for inspiration, where you can kind of have side quests, side content, and but you're in this open world Hyrule. So that's kind of the direction I'd go with this one.
My worry is why they don't do that is because of the limitations of the system that they've got. So
true, yeah.
Not that the Switch 2 is shit.
Should be a lot
better. It can run Cyberpunk, but it runs it at 40 frames, and that's what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people's gripes are, okay, I bought Cyberpunk for it, but I'm just playing an inferior version. And why would I choose to do that when I've got a PS5 at home or I've got a PC? So I get they're bringing these games out for people that only have Switches, and that's fair enough. But the majority of people, if you want to play Cyberpunk, you've played it already. You can buy a PlayStation 4, you can buy a Xbox or whatever.
To me, you buy it again because you love Cyberpunk and you're just an on the go person. You're always on the go.
Yeah.
Then and if you love Nintendo, you buy a Switch too, and you're like, okay, I love Cyberpunk. I never got to play it, or I want to play it on the go. But I played Cyberpunk when it came out. I'm done with it. So why the fuck would I play it again on the Switch too?
As well, I think what made the Switch so unique is a lot of games now are going away from physical versions. So I can't think Baldur's Gate, when that first came out, it's got a physical version now, I think, or it's getting one, but it didn't come out. You couldn't buy it on disc. It was digital only.
Yep.
So, and the Switch was always, every game pretty much is on the cartridge. And in the later Switch games, I think the Metal Gear collection, I remember Tom saying, it's only Metal Gear 1 that's on it. You have to download rest. And then now with the Switch 2, the majority of them are just codes in a box. So what's the point of buying physical?
No, that is so fucking cheap.
And then we're going back to the E3 with Xbox and PlayStation, where PlayStation go, how do you share your games on PlayStation? And he just gives his game to his friend.
You can't this. Here
I know
you go.
They've got a way around doing it with Nintendo, but it is a very Nintendo way of doing it. You can't, I don't think, from my knowledge, you could resell those games that are just a code in a box.
Once you redeem it.
Yeah, surely once you've redeemed it, that's
yours.
Maybe that's just me being ignorant. I've not really looked into it, but
I don't know. Maybe there is something.
That's how it would work. So yeah, for me, I've always thought Nintendo. That's why you buy anything Nintendo, it's either cardboard or it's less. That's why the GameCube's so expensive, is because it didn't really sell that well, and a lot of the games came out on everything. So no one bought the Switch version or the GameCube version of Medal of Honor Frontline. They bought it on PS2 or Xbox. So that's why those games are more expensive, because people didn't buy those ones, so they're less available. Whereas
in the future, and there's already ways of doing it now, they're gonna have to have ways to digitally share, and because you can buy a game on Steam and refund it digitally. You know what I mean? They take it from you. You can have the game literally installed on your system. You go to play it ain't gonna work, because you refunded it. So there's gonna be a way. There's gotta be, well, maybe not gotta be, but there should be a way to be like, hey, I'm done with the new Switch 2 Zelda. I'm gonna sell it to my buddy or give it to him. He gets the code now, and it's invalid for me. Maybe it's still installed, but I can't. It's invalid for me. There's got to be ways.
I think there's a big gap in the market of games. Fucking hell, there's a giant moth in my room. There's a big gap in the market, and back in the day, you would go. So I'm going to kill a bug that just flew in.
There's a big moth back in the day. I thought that's what you were gonna say.
Yeah, I just squished it with my fucking lube.
Nice.
Lube,
Get that fucker.
Ooh,
yeah.
Oh, there's another. His brother's come now. Fuck me. I've started a war.
Oh, he's gonna fucking get you now, dude.
So there's a big market. Like back in the day, on release, there's some games like I remember Fight Night Round 3 coming out, and it was like 39 quid. And that was back when me and Tom were in school. So we couldn't afford to drop 39 quid on a boxing game that we're going to play when we're over at each other's house. So we rented it. And we would rent games every week. And I think like
all that. I did too.
Renting physically isn't going to work. It just isn't.
Not anymore.
But
it's dead.
There surely is the technology for, like, for example, let's think of a big game Expedition.
Shit. That's
like Game Pass.
Game Pass. That's where the new future.
Like, yeah, things like that are going to be the future. But I think they should do. You could buy the game for however much, or you can pay £15 and rent it for 7 days.
Yeah.
And then how many people would do that?
But they would still do that.
Because you could set yourself 7 days to play and finish a game. And then guess what? You're not finished it in 7 days, rent it for another 7 days. Or have a feature where it comes up when you're in the last 24 hours. Have you finished? Or are you still wanting to play? Extend for a discount price. Yeah, or do you want to buy for a discount price? So I generally think
I like that. That's a good. I never thought about it like that. And that's a good. Yeah.
I don't know if it's just that the workings of it would be tough, but there's just a massive gap in the market where I think there's money to be made by both Steam or whoever, Sony, Xbox, and the devs. Because how many games do people not buy?
That's early access, you know. I mean, people have early access where they can try games or they pay. They kind of do have that right now where they pay $20-$30, and for a game that is probably going to be $40, you get kind of an early access discount. So they do kind of have that, but what you're saying is, let's say the game's $60. Let's say you want to rent GTA 6 when it comes out. You pay $20, which is a lot, but it's a fucking game.
But it's better than paying it for
$70.
You know
$70. I mean? You get it for a week, and then you can decide you get whether you buy it and keep it or you rent it again.
Because I think
that's a good idea.
The majority of gamers will sit and just play it like they're brain dead gamers now. I call them brain dead gamers. Sit on Fortnite all day, just monotonous gameplay over and over again. Whereas I think I don't like saying hardcore because that sounds like I'm talking down to them. They are hardcore, and hats off to you. You can do that. It's not for me, but for me,
it's not for me either. I get it.
I replay some games, but for example, am I ever going to play Expedition 33 again? No. So a rental for me would have been perfect if I could have rented that game for 20 quid, 25 quid. Play through it once, finish it, boom, done. And then, you know what I mean? That's amazing. Whereas a lot of people, especially now where the world is, like, don't have money to, especially where games are going with prices, they don't have money to sink £100. It's literally a choice of, if 3 games come out in a month, which one can I buy? And then the month after is which one of the 2 that I didn't get last month do I buy? Or plus there's 3 other games that have just come out that I want. So and I do feel like it's
a good problem to have though.
It is,
but I see what you're saying.
I think
it's a little
for the devs as well. They see the biggest punishment in this because if it's not on Game Pass, people simply just will put it on the back burner indefinitely until they've finished everything else. So I think that like at times things like Game Pass, as amazing as they are, it can fuck game companies in the ass when a game doesn't come out on Game Pass.
True.
And that's not their problem. Like, I get that. You might not want to put it on. But, I just feel I love Game Pass. I think I've played some really good games. I played every Yakuza through Game Pass. But I also think
it's a double-edged sword. I agree.
Sometimes the companies are probably missing out. Like, Indiana Jones probably didn't sell as many physical copies on Xbox because it was on Game Pass day one.
Yep.
Like, Avowed probably didn't sell as many copies as they would have envisioned.
Way.
They will have had a payout, I'm sure. Like, otherwise, why would they agree to put it on Game Pass? But surely they had an upfront payment of, okay, we think it's going to get this much. We'll give you 75% of that.
We'll give you this much.
I'm sure that's the way the deals go. But
I guess, and they take a percentage of it, the profits or something like that.
And I think for indie studios, there was a game like I can't remember the name of it now. It's a game where he plays like a toy soldier, and it's a bit Call of Duty. But that game got added to Game Pass, and that helped the devs for that game out really well, and I feel
awesome. So it worked out for them.
Yeah, for like
that's good.
indie studios, I feel it works amazing for them.
Yeah, but for higher budget,
for the
AAA,
AAAs,
might be right.
I don't think it's the best idea for Microsoft. It's brilliant for us to go everything on Xbox is a day one Game Pass, mint. But for the devs,
Game, and they may have to raise the price of Game Pass too, though, even more.
And then the devs are probably thinking, "Well, shit, like we're not going to get as many sales." And like, what was the game that came out on Game Pass?
And it's not just for some companies, it's pure greed. It's like, go fuck yourself. You guys have plenty of money, you know. But for other companies, it's like, no, this is the lifeblood. We not only do we need this to pay our employees, but to keep the doors open and give us money to fund new projects. You can't just break even. Breaking even's all well and good, but then you can't afford to pay the money for the next project.
Well, then what happens? Microsoft closed down the studios.
You got it. They're closing studios down left and right.
That's one thing we didn't mention.
Yes, sure. I forgot about that.
Perfect Dark's gone.
Yeah, you got it. Which is really disappointing. It looked good. I was excited. I love Perfect Dark.
I feel it's one of the
hoping they'd bring it back.
Like for me, people say Perfect Dark was better than GoldenEye. You're on fucking crack cocaine if you think that's the case. It was good, but GoldenEye is generational. Literally, I would argue, and I love Doom. GoldenEye, for me personally, anyway, was way more influential on gaming than Doom was. Doom now,
I agree.
Like Doom 2, I would say is better than GoldenEye, but Doom 1, I get that it kind of spiced up the FPS. But GoldenEye, mate, everyone fucking played GoldenEye. There's not one person I know that as a kid played GoldenEye and hated it. Like maybe now they think, oh, it's overrated. But you play that game now, it still fucking holds up.
Amazing. Then.
The soundtrack is fucking one of the best soundtracks ever.
The soundtrack is so good.
The story is incredible.
You see the TikTok where they're like, it's a YouTube show where he's like,
I'm
looking for some banging music it's like doom 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 doom.
You're like, oh,
it's so fucking good.
We need a pause music. Just make something. And then the guy's just like,
real quick. It's like, god damn. It's so that pause music was so good. It's like, I
think for me,
this is fire.
Growing up, that is the first game that I would say is like a 10 out of 10. Like there was nothing.
Was amazing.
I don't remember getting any bugs. I don't remember ever getting pissed off. The game is tough. It has a good difficulty, but then you can also put it on a lower difficulty and it's not as hard.
Yep, true. Yep.
And the amount of hours, the amount of weekends that I would go to Tom's Saturday, Sunday, and then Sunday my mum would be phoning Tom's house saying, "Why aren't you coming back? It's 7 o'clock Sunday night. You've got school tomorrow." Fuck, I've been playing GoldenEye for 30 odd hours. So.
Yep. I think Perfect Dark, I know there's this weird debate. I think they're both fucking great games. I think Perfect Dark was a great compliment to GoldenEye. You know, they didn't make a GoldenEye 2. Perfect Dark was just another great fucking shooter. You know what I mean? And it was the sci-fi, kind of equivalent to GoldenEye. Perfect Dark they were both amazing. And I loved, like, you'd load up, what was it, Temple, or wherever that multiplayer map, load it full of bots, and you and your friend would just go around and hunt bots and shit, or fight each other, and and that was the same way with GoldenEye. You can't play Odd Job. No one can play Odd Job because he's fucking short.
Tom used to play Odd Job, and he made me play fucking Jaws, and I was dumb enough. I was dumb enough to believe that he was just better than me all them years.
It's right.
It's because I was fucking massive, and he would even skate on his knees. I mean, you're playing as a dwarf anyway, and now you're skating on your knees. Like you're ultra cheating. Shit. So hilarious. I think that's
same low, bro.
I feel bad for Microsoft because there was a time when I remember it was towards the end of PlayStation 2 where I got an Xbox original Xbox, and I started playing Halo, and I was like, okay, I've missed out on this. I didn't play Halo 1. I played Halo on release, but I never owned it.
I didn't either. Nope, I never did.
And then I bought an Xbox, and I played Halo 2.
And it blew
I got 5 games. So I got Halo 2, KOTOR 2,
no shit.
and Project Gotham
I played
2.
Oh, wow. And you really waited to play Halo.
Yeah, I literally waited, and I played those 5 games where I would...
That's great.
That's
like
a great
night.
Top 5 Xbox original games for me. Yeah, I know they're very generic, but they're all incredible games.
No, they were amazing. KOTOR was so fucking good, dude. That was a game where you'd play all day.
Yeah,
You'd wake up in the morning and it'd be dark. And your mom's like, "What are you doing up there all fucking day?" Like, "Shut the fuck up, mom!" Like, it's like the Will Ferrell, "Mom, the meatloaf, mom." It's like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm playing KOTOR." Oh my god, Knights of the Old Republic was so like fucking good, man.
It was so ahead of its time because of the story, but also like I feel the gameplay was really punishing. But if you learned, if you like mastered it, and you spent the time, you got good at it. It was really satisfying when you would finally get past that boss or that encounter that you've been stuck at. So I know.
Plus, I was turn-based games were really starting to die for me, but I like how KOTOR it spiced it up because like you pick like a Jedi Guardian and you get an ability where you leap into fucking combat. So you'd leap at a dude like 50 yards away, which is fucking awesome, and you would pick what you would queue up your attacks, but everything was a real fight. They had animations and they would fight back and forth. That was a cool way to do turn-based, in my opinion. You're not just fucking standing there with your dick in your hands. You know what I mean? And I get Expedition 33, everyone's glazing.
Hit me now.
Right. I'm at you. Now you hit me.
Now you got to let me hit you. It's like, whereas KOTOR, they're like fucking actually
they're fighting back and
forth. Yeah.
Right. And then not a lot of games really take advantage. Like Final Fantasy 12, right? That has this, you're kind of fighting back and forth, and then you're queuing up special attacks. That is the best of both worlds, in my opinion. I still will always lean into real-time action, but that to me, like Final Fantasy 12, KOTOR, look at that style of games. If you want to make the next Final Fantasy, make it like that. That's where I think you're going to lean into.
Sure. I think they're going to look at what Expedition did great, but then also add their own flair onto it. I think they have to. They can't continue down what they're doing, which is going down a place now that's not. They won't do it for Rebirth 2 or whatever. It's going to be fucking jizz or whatever. That's going to be very much what it's been. Action. But I think that Final Fantasy 17, if it's not an online game, which man. I don't think they will. I think they'll probably just keep with 14. They could do that. That'd be interesting. But they've got to. Or maybe not do Final Fantasy 17. Maybe they do like a Type 0 sort of game and go back and test it. I think maybe instead of just going straight into turn-based again,
ground type games,
do a side game that, link it to this is in the world of Final Fantasy 6 or a popular world, but just make it characters that are completely disconnected and have it in that world.
That would be cool. And in test the Final Fantasy 6 world or something. Yeah.
And just test a new style of combat, like turn-based or whatever. I think that would be cool, but
and I'm not a fan of turn-based. I get people. I get it's obviously making a resurgence with Expedition. People love it, and that's great. They miss it, and that's awesome. But I kind of I want the best of both worlds. Give me Final Fantasy 12, Legend of Dragoon, where you have some sort of agency, some sort of I can dodge, parry. I can hit attack, but then I can hit a couple of buttons to do a cool combo. Give me that. And 13 wasn't the best Final Fantasy, but I kind of liked the combat system.
It was very nice.
Queue up attacks, and it was fun to watch.
But
you'd watch them fight and go back and forth.
Let's face it, by the end, you just auto attacked. You didn't actually queue anything.
Just auto. See, but that's where they need to get away from. Oh, you can just auto battle. Well, see, 12 had the gambit system, which I loved.
Which was auto battle, but you had to have a knowledge of the game to know, because if you don't know what you're doing, you just gambit a load of shit, you're gonna have no idea you're gonna die. So
you're gonna die.
And there's certain battles where you have to pause it and go, shit, I have to turn that gambit off because I'm getting fucked. So 12 to me, I would argue, as much as I love 8,
best of both
9,
worlds.
7, it's the best combat.
Combat was amazing.
It's why it's my second favorite Final Fantasy, I think, because the combat it's the most replayable as well. That not only is the story great, but I feel like you could play that game 10 times through, and you would have 10 completely different play styles because there's that many classes, and you can subclass. So it's incredible.
I say with 17, lean into that and just make it a really flashy and fun combat system. Don't do what 16 did with Devil May Fucking Cry. It doesn't need to be that. Was it with you that I was talking about where we don't need to air juggle people? We don't need to teleport across the fucking map. Peel it back a little bit. If they remake 8 or if they remake you can have it be real time, or you can just be like, you know what? I'm going to kind of set up a gambit and my characters just kind of fight on their own. You get the best of both worlds. and make it to where you can't auto battle because the AI is competent.
It's so good
that you actually have to pay attention to what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then you can get to the point maybe halfway through the game where, oh, I'm pretty fucking strong. I've grinded a lot. I can just kind of auto battle a little bit now. I just feel like the AI, everything, especially in 16, the AI was so fucking brain dead and stupid. You're just teleporting and flip them around, and if they try to get up, you kick them back down, throw dirt in their eyes, set them on fire. They can't do anything. Sick your fucking dog on them. Like there's nothing. The AI felt so easy.
Yeah, I want to play 16 again to play it on hard just to see if it does get difficult.
Somebody even told me they're like, no. It's like it's still pretty easy. I think it was Keanu.
I think I only died once in Final Fantasy 16. And that's because
I think so. I think I only died once.
I forgot to heal, and I ran into the last boss.
I forgot.
And I remember it's like an epic moment, and I was like, "Let's go! It's time to finish this." And then I just get slashed and I'm dead, and I'm like, "Oh." And I remember like everyone kicking or whatever. It's like, so, but that wasn't that the game was tough. It was that I was a fucking idiot. So yeah, I think. Not that I'm not a sweat. I don't want to sit here and play and struggle through every battle.
It's not.
I want at least
There's games for that.
I want some difficulty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like Rebirth was the same. I don't remember game over apart from near the end on Rebirth.
There were what I'll say in Rebirth and like Remake in the beginning, there were some tougher boss fights and stuff that you kind of had to like pay attention to what you were doing, and you couldn't really grind that well. It was more or less like it kind of tells you to keep going forward, which is I miss that you can grind, and like if you want to like have a challenging boss fight, sure, or you can just be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna grind and just over level and just beat this dude into the dirt.
Yeah,
I like that you can have that because old school JRPGs, dude. I had a buddy of mine in Final Fantasy VII in the reactor in the very beginning. He got Cloud to level 100. Like he stayed there for days and weeks. And I'm like, why are you doing this? He's like, this is what I like to do. I like getting so overpowered in the beginning, and I just clean my way through the entire game. I'm like, okay, but that's what he liked to do.
I will say
for me,
with 7, for me, I'm a bit of a weirdo that you can get enemy skill, so you can get an ability in 7 in the original 7 anyway. Yeah. You can get it in Remake, but it works a bit different, I think. So where certain enemies will use its particular moves, you can't just learn every move, but there's a move at the start of the game. So you know when you have to cross on the chocobo, the golem, a snake.
Yep.
He does a move called beta, which is like you're not meant to be able to fight the golem at that point. So it is like if it hits you, you're dead. So that's why you have to get on the chocobo to stop that encounter. But if you grind to a certain level, sorry, I've got fucking so many bugs in my room. If you grind to like level 18, 19, and you put like an elemental material on your armor with fire, and you've got someone that has like 800 health, you can survive it. So you can learn that skill. So I play 7 where, because if you have that on disc 1, that move, most things that you're going to fight, beta, dead. So I play 7 in a pretty weird way that I like to learn all the enemy skills pretty early on, and I do.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah, you don't have to.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
you can play however you want. There's so many different strategies to Final Fantasy. Yeah. Like play it like this, play it like that. 8, you play way differently. You don't level up at all until certain points. In
fact, like it probably fucks me leveling up, to be honest.
True, 8 can kind of fuck you. That's what's weird about 8. 8's weird. Yeah. You could level up and not level up your strength junctions. It's weird.
Because you could get to a point where you will start getting high level magic from enemies, because instead of fires, they'll have fire daggers, or they might even have like flares. Yeah. But because they've got way more. They're always 10 levels above you anyway. So if you're not leveling up your magic to junction, you're just going to end up fucked. So I always say to people that I would never recommend people to play 8 as their first Final Fantasy. But if you've got a good knowledge on Final Fantasy and how they work,
you love 8.
It's such a good game to break and not level up and play cards until your fucking eyes fall off.
Yeah, just take care of triple triad. Yeah,
that's why it's the greatest. Like you can beat the game at level 7, and you can one tap the last boss because you're so OP. because it's only level 17 and it'll have like not even 100k health. It's amazing.
Right, but that you'd have to know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the beauty of it. Whereas me back in the day, I didn't know that shit. I'd level up. I'd go to the
garden.
training zone and fight the garden and fight the T-Rex over and over again, or fight the, you know what I mean? Just hunt the T-Rex over and over. I would level up everyone. So, and again, I didn't realize that. Oh, you don't have to really do that shit.
It wasn't
like,
until
no, that's cool.
I had a friend, so he lives next door to Tom. He was actually also called Tom. So we were the 3 Toms growing up. But he had an older brother. And everyone loved Final Fantasy VII. Me and Tom's older brother loved Final Fantasy VIII. And I'd beat it. He'd beat it. And then I noticed he was like level 20. And I was like, how do you beat the game at level 20?
Dude, I mean, yeah,
I was getting I remember the last time he fight Cypher in Final Fantasy VIII, it took me ages first time to beat him. Yeah. And I remember I never beat Ultimate Weapon. But he did. And he was like, mate, just don't level. I was like, what do you mean don't level? And then he showed me the cards. And I was like, oh, I just thought the cards was like a weird, shitty game. It was like, no, you can turn the cards into items and then turn the items to magic. And I was like, it just unlocked in my brain this. I was like, I can play it again and it's a brand new game. And I remember my next playthrough, I finished the game and I was level 12 and I had like max strength, I think, with Squall, and I just Renzo Kukened everything. And I was like, that's amazing that I beat the game at level 12 and I had every card. So, yeah, I think I would never recommend someone to play it as their first, even if, as much as I love it, and I would recommend it to people, play something like 9 or 7 first.
Different. Yeah, I agree.
Learn the basics. Learn like
very different.
Water is
with the
effective against
system, drawing magic. People
it's very
like,
monotonous.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
it's very weird. Yeah, it's weird.
But yeah,
I just think they wanted to do something different. I appreciate it.
And I think that's what they've not done now since 13. I don't think 13 was any different to what was out at the time. They played it very safe. Stagnant. They made it not very cinematic, but
I was gonna say cinematic. You're right. It was more of a badass anime movie than it is. They care, and I felt the same way with 16.
Yeah.
I love Clive. I love that. It's a darker Game of Thrones-esque Final Fantasy.
And I like they tried that. I think that's cool. They tried like an adult theme and swearing and blood.
Do too.
I think that's great.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think I would have really put it as 60. I think it would have got a lot more praise if it was Final Fantasy Crystal Hunters. But because it's got the title of 16, it's already gonna get fucking slated because it's just yeah. And I feel
it doesn't feel like, you're right. It feels so vastly different. It just does, And I feel like there's a lot of wasted opportunity. Skill Up did a great review on it. Literally within the first 5 minutes of his video, he said all the points of the problems that I had with 16. I was like, holy shit. So yeah, 16 was great in many ways, but disappointing in a lot. To me, it was disappointing.
Yeah.
So same thing with Rebirth. I can see the greatness of it, but it was disappointing overall.
Like,
very disappointing.
If they had a mode that stripped out a lot of that shit, I think I'd love that game. I'd play it again. I want to play it again, but I'm scared to play it again.
You want to try it again? I know. I do want to try it again. Yeah, and I get that. I'm the same. I'm kind of like, I'm not 100% completionist, but there is something about me, like, I don't like going past side stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I want to.
I feel like I'm leaving things behind.
The side, you got it.
I'm feeling if Cloud and everyone were there, they wouldn't just walk past someone that needed help. They would go, right. I know we're trying to save the world, but if we help these might help us. They might give us something, or we might get more prepared. So yeah, it don't make. I find it hard to just. It's how
when the side content is so monotonous and stupid and boring.
That's the difference with Yakuza's, like with Infinite Wealth.
Yes, Yakuza.
It drip feeds
does it much better.
It goes, okay, chapter 4. Well, now we're going to give, like in Infinite Wealth, you get I don't remember the name of it now, but it's basically like kind of a Pokemon Go kind of like arena battle thing that you unlock. And and you go around the map and there'll be spots where you can fight people and recruit people to and level them up. They introduce that, and then later on in the game, you get stranded on a desert island, and then that's another big side content. Which it's kind of just like Animal Crossing. It's amazing, but they drip feed it. They don't just go like. And I feel with Final Fantasy VII, they just went, "Here's fucking everything, take it at once." Obviously, they don't give you all the side missions, but they give you like pretty much all the different side stuff you can
activities,
do all
and
at
here's
once.
the problem is they repeat
And
it
they're
every
all,
time you get to a new area. Oh, you go find the GFs with this stupid little mini game, and then you got to go fight him with Chadley, which is lame as fuck. And then you got to do the Far Cry towers. You run around and get the towers. Every area had the same boring ass repeatable content.
With Yakuza,
it was new and unique.
You feel like you have a map, like you would go to like Japan or wherever, or Hawaii.
Sure.
You get a map, and then you go, right, okay, let's go up this road. And it feels like you're going up there just to discover what shops are there. It doesn't tell you on the map until you've been there. So I feel it works differently there. And then on your way, you'll get in random battles. But it's so seamless. It's like you get in a battle, it'll do a little transition, and you're fighting, and it's over before you know it. And then you're out, and then there's things in the world to explore, like materials, and it might sound shit. Oh, I got an iron bolt, but to craft the items later on, you need 50 of them, so you need to always pick them up. So whereas in Final Fantasy, we've said this in billion and one, we've probably mentioned it every podcast, but how many times?
So much of the chest.
Yeah, you just chest. Oh, you got 5 material. Okay, you got 7 more. So what are you going to do with that? It's like,
yeah, exactly.
And
I'm not saying every chest has
it doesn't have to have epic stuff, does it? But it has to have something.
Yeah, but change it up. Give me something. 16 was terrible about this. You explore the map and you're just finding the most basic bare bones ass materials. Oh, I found more cloth. I've got 200 of those. Oh, great. I found 1 gill.
And I feel like
I found 1 fucking gill. What's the fucking point of that?
I got 20,000 of it. Why does it matter?
Right. Exactly. It's like they designed the world and went, oh shit, we got to put something in this. We have to give the player some reason. And fine. But then every so often, if you want to give me some crafting materials, money or something, okay. But for one, make it a decent amount. And 2, then change it up and go, okay, hey, this chest, we're going to put kind of a cool sword in it because you have to fight like maybe some tougher enemies to get there. You feel rewarded. You're like, oh, cool. And there's a chest here. Oh, it's got some high level crafting materials. I can craft that cool piece of armor or sword now. Or just put a piece of armor right in there. You know what I mean? Like, do that type of shit. Final Fantasy and Witcher, there's games that are really good at it. They used to be good at it. But Rebirth as I'm playing it, I'm literally going, how many fucking times is it going to give me a thunder materia?
Yeah.
I'm to the point where I'm at Thundara. I don't want thunder anymore.
That.
Why do I fucking need this? And then people are going to say, well, you're going to unlock a mini game later on that you can combine them together. Okay, fine. When I get to that point, then give me more shit like that. But early on, just give me some cool shit,
abundant amounts of everything. Like, just give me like one of everything. Yeah, I think as well, my big gripe is I loved 16. I loved the hunts and things, but I feel like you didn't really get rewards until the very later hunts. And I feel like for me, you would surely the game would drip feed you items that are going to help you for the last hunt or the last few hunts that you're going to do, and there was none of that in 16. So I think that's the big thing that Square have to sort out, and they've proven that they can do it with like games like Octopath Traveler, like they have sorted that shit out, but for some reason they just don't do it for Final Fantasy, and maybe it's that we've been there and done that. I think what the problem is that they're catering now to an audience of a new generation that maybe aren't
Zoomers.
Madly into that. But I think what they found out now is with how well Expedition's done, is that us that do want that still are here. And we are gagging to get that sort of stuff.
And we will throw money at you.
So please put that in your games. And maybe do some things in the games that appeal to that audience. But you've got to find a balance. You can't just go completely one side. So, yeah. Yeah. And also the Switch 2 sucks. Just to go back to that.
No, we're talking about Final Fantasy. We're like
we always get onto it though because there's things we love. Like
for sure.
Like if I could take 2 games with me to a desert island or 2 franchises, it'd be Resident Evil and
Final Fantasy.
Because I could just play those games to death.
Ooh man,
it would have to be like it would have to be something that's replayable. But not monotonous. Like, you couldn't just take Final Fantasy, could you? Because imagine playing Final Fantasy 7 You'd be so sick and tired of seeing disc 1.
I'll give you franchises. Well, that to me is a good question for like, something to think about. Desert Island, you get 2 franchises. You can play all the games in the franchise, but you get 2, whether it's Metal Gear, whatever. You know what I mean? So what are your 2 franchises your pick? I kind of like that.
That's cool, isn't it?
So,
it'd be hard for me to not choose Resident Evil, just because, one, there's so many of them, and I feel like a lot of the games, to their credit, sometimes they are vastly different. So you go, you play Resident Evil 1, and then you play Village. It's so different.
True.
In a good way at times, also in a bad. But I think if you're going to be just stuck with those sort of games, I think that's a good series. Final Fantasy just won because there's so many of them, and they are all a little bit different as well. I'm guessing, I don't know. That would be my 2. The only other one that could sneak in would be Metal Gear, but I don't think I could play Metal Gear to death like I could Final Fantasy or Resi. Whereas Resi, you can speed run. Let's say you have all the features that you can do on the Resident Evils. So there's randomizers and stuff. You could have so many hours with that alone, just Resi randomizers. So yeah, I don't feel there's many more franchises for me that would. People would say Call of Duty, but do you have internet? If you don't have internet, you're not just going to do the
fucking brains out.
You're not just going to sit and do the fucking campaigns constantly, are you? So it has to be a game that's single player and fun. Maybe like a GTA would be pretty good, like something sandboxy to play.
Sure.
But yeah, it's a good thing. Maybe we put that. There's a poll feature on Spotify. I'll put that.
That'd be
what
good.
2 franchises would you take to a desert island?
Yeah, no, that's good. I like that. Yeah. Hell yeah. I don't know, me. If I had to. Probably, fuck. See, I want to almost say like Witcher, but I only want to play Witcher.
You only want to play 1. Number 3, you want to play 1 or 2.
I love 1 and 2. They were great for their time. I don't want to give a shit.
I would say that they're meant to be remaking 1, although they've kind of not mentioned that.
That's true.
And they're mentioning Witcher 4 now, which makes me think, have they kind of put that on the back burner?
I think they're pivoting for. They're putting a lot of the resources.
And I would.
That's what it sounds like. I would too.
To be honest. If you like The Witcher 3 and you have a PC that can, and you know how to mod through Nexus mods, then you can fix The Witcher 1. You can put it on super easy. You can make Geralt run at 150% speed, and you could just zoom through the game. Because the core story is really fucking. I remember playing it, and Tom was like, "I bet you won't finish this." And I loved this. I was like, "Mate, the story's incredible. I can't believe you've never played it."
The story is great. Witcher. Yep.
And then Witcher 2 is very much the same, although it plays a little bit more like Witcher 3, but not to that level. Witcher would be a good one, but I don't know. The start of Witcher 3 is a bit slow. I like the start, but it's a bit slow. I've done it multiple times. I don't know how many
times
is slow.
I could do that. Subsequent playthroughs, Witcher 3's. I love the beginning of Witcher 3, but it is a slower build. But once you get into it, god, Witcher 3 is so fucking
insane,
good.
Isn't it?
But yeah, I know we went off on quite the tangent.
That's fine. We always do.
But I know we always do. But yeah, it's what Switch 2, huh?
Switch
how about
2.
that Switch 2?
Yeah, it's I think we will both end up with one eventually, but at the minute,
sure, eventually.
The long or the short of it is, there's no games for it at the minute that appeal to me. Donkey Kong looks okay, but does it warrant me going buying a Switch for 400 quid or whatever? No.
And Otis fucking he loves Nintendo. He loves GameCube.
He's got so many Switch games.
Yep, he's a big collector, and even he's like the Switch 2. He's like, no,
yeah,
I'll have one eventually, but no. There's just no incentive for him to buy one right now. And I thought for sure he'd
have one day one
Switch 2 just to have one.
Definitely,
he'll just have one because he's like, no. I was like, no shit.
It's mad,
if he doesn't want one, it's like, so no, I'm with you. It needs better games. It just needs a better library of games to get me interested in it. Because right now I don't give a shit.
There's no talk of any Zelda, but surely there's one in the works.
Oh,
I feel the last Zelda they made, this like way you play as Zelda, which is cool, doesn't do anything for me. The people that started it never finished it. So I think even to the hardcore fans, I don't know if Otis finished it. I'm guessing he did.
I don't know.
But the people like Rubbers started it, I don't think he finished it on stream. Otis played it a little bit on stream but didn't finish it. He may have finished it off stream, but I feel it's one of them that's like, it was cool, but like I'm not bothered about it. So hopefully...
See, I thought with one of my like fan theories, I'm like, or like one of my like, I was like, oh, I wonder with Tears of the Kingdom they'll make it kind of co-op. Like it doesn't have to be, but like one person plays Link, one person plays Zelda,
yeah.
and they both play similarly. Like Zelda can use weapons and knows how to fight. Let's say Link trained her or whatever, but she has magic. Like she uses magic and he uses whatever. What does he have in Tears of the Kingdom? He uses the fucking. He builds shit or whatever.
Like he had the slate, the Sheik slate, but
slate. He has the Sheikah slate, and then he has that other thing. Yeah. So he has those type of abilities, right? And if let's say you're playing the game solo, Zelda follows you around and just the AI plays her, right? So that I thought that'd been kind of cool, like because you play in the very beginning of Tears. Well, I'll say it's just the very beginning. Zelda's with you, and you're like running through it, and she's with you. Yeah. Oh God, but she doesn't help you do anything, but she's there. So I thought, oh man, it'd be kind of cool if she played alongside you, and it's a single player or you co-op experience. But if they still want to stick to the single player experience, again, I'm not going to be interested in Switch 2 until I see some better games.
I do think as well, this is going off on a bit of a tangent, but Zelda is one of them that you would always assume, like Princess Peach, she's just like the, save me,
help me.
Actually, when you look at it, she's probably more powerful than Link.
No, she's a badass. Oh yeah, she's got magic.
She's so fucking cool. Like I remember Wind Waker, and you're fighting with Zelda against Gandalf.
Yeah, that's
and I was
cool.
like, this is fucking amazing. She's shooting the arrow at Gandalf.
You shall not pass. Legolas shows up shooting arrows. It's fucking, I love Zelda. Like, Fluff, do you know what Zelda is? Oh, then Sansa Stark.
I did say
awesome.
I said Gandalf, but I think I said Ganondorf.
It's so close. Yeah, Ganondorf is. I know what you meant. Yeah. I know. I had to just fuck with you.
What was it last week? It was Ben Stiller instead of Ben Affleck.
Playing Batman. Nah, it's all good. Funny shit.
But yeah, I feel
I see what your point. Yeah, where they're working together, that'd be kind of cool. Because Zelda could fight with a sword. Yeah, there's no reason why she can't. But then she could have magic. Look at her in
Ocarina. She's like an assassin, isn't she?
Yeah, you're right. She's Sheikah. What's it, Sheikah? Right?
Yeah, Sheik. That's it. Yeah, she holds her own like the majority of the game, and you don't even realize it's her until the end. So
it's Zelda. That's a great twist. So yeah, dude, imagine Zelda where she could like poof, and then she's Sheik, and she's throwing ninja blades and fighting with like a little kanto, the katana or something, and Link's fighting with the sword, and then poof, she's back as Zelda using fireballs or magic. You know what I mean? She can kind of go back and forth, and Link has his boomerang, bow and arrow, bombs, like like he's Link. I think
I've never played Hyrule Warriors, but that would be such a cool idea. You play different iterations, like you can play as Kid Link from Ocarina of Time, so you have like the small sword, and you have like the boomerang, or you play as adult Link from Ocarina of Time, and you have the bow and arrow, and you have like the two-handed sword. I think that'd be really cool. And then it's same with Zelda, you play as Zelda as with the bow and arrow, or you play as like the more magey Zelda.
Sheik.
The Sheiky one. Yeah, so
you got it.
That'll be a cool game. I don't know if Hyrule Warriors is like that.
It is like that, but it's still a Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, it's just a bit generic, isn't it?
It's still Dinosaur. You're just mashing buttons, and they're great. They're fun. They're cool games, but they're not like Zelda. You know what I mean? They're not the full Zelda experience. I enjoyed Hyrule Warriors, but if you like Dynasty Warriors, you know what you're signing up for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're cooking something. Maybe next year they announce
they'll show
Zelda whatever. I hope because I want one because I'm very new to Zelda. Like I only played them a couple of years ago for the first time. So
that's wild. That's cool that you played it just for the first time a couple of years ago.
Well, I'd say the majority. Before that, I'd finished Skyward Sword. That was the only Zelda game I'd ever played on stream. And I liked it when they remade Skyward Sword. I was like,
that was the only one I really didn't like.
I was like, I like this one. People say this is one of the worst.
It's a good game.
I'm gonna love all of them. And then I played as a kid. Like I said, I played a bit of Ocarina, but not too much. I never played anything before that. And then I owned and finished as a kid. I think I finished Twilight Princess, or maybe I got very close. But I never liked the look of Wind Waker growing up. I was very judgmental.
I didn't either
cartoony,
until I played it.
But then,
yeah, I was the same way because it came up. Wasn't it right after Ocarina of Time? Wasn't it the next one?
No. So right? Wind Waker was GameCube.
That's Majora's Mask.
Yeah, that's Majora's Mask.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of Zelda, like Ocarina of Time, and then Wind Waker was the next iteration of Zelda, like the next. Redesign.
That was like the next
the same way.
vision. Yeah.
Yes, and I was just like, "What the fuck? Like, this isn't what I want. I want a
it
more
looks babyish."
I wanted Twilight Princess Link, like where he looks like Link. Right? It looks very cartoony, anime, but you get your hands on Wind Waker, and you're like, "Holy shit, this is
for
fun.
Me,
this is pretty fucking good."
It was. I played the Wii U version. I've been told the Wii version's not the Wii version. The GameCube version is a bit grindy, but the Wii U version, for me, when I played it, I remember finishing it and saying, "That's the best. There's nothing going to beat that. That's the best for me." And then I played Twilight, really and Twilight was just as good. But the fact that that game starts off and it treats you like a baby. This is what the X button does. Do you want to walk forward? It's like, mate, I've held a fucking controller before. I'm not a moron. Right. So, and it's 2 hours of that, like holding my hand.
I remember Twilight Princess. The beginning was pretty fucking slow.
But once that game opens up, it's brilliant. It's so good. It's much better. I feel the start, I had to just say, look, I have to be strict when I'm rating them all. I loved Ocarina of Time. I just feel it feels a bit clunky, but also it wouldn't. If they were to make that game not clunky, I think it would lose some of its character, if you get me.
Yeah.
As daft as that sounds.
Ocarina of Time, to me, I loved it because it was just amazing for its time. You know what I mean? This is Zelda in 3D. Like when Mario first came out in 3D, it blew my fucking mind. It was the first time I've seen a game in 3D in my life.
There was no other game like Ocarina of Time. Even I'd watch it and I wanted to not like it because I was like, I don't have an N64 at this point. I don't like Zelda. It's rubbish. Throwing bow and arrows. I want to go over and play Resident. I want to blow zombies apart.
Yeah, give me some guns.
No voice acting. It just felt a bit stripped back. But then when I played it, even now, like if you're one of them that think, "Oh, I can't play retro games," go and play Ocarina of Time, and you will. Once you get, because your brain will just get used to the jank of how the controller works and how the camera works. But you literally come out of that game at the end and you will be like, I can see why people say this is the best game ever. Like easily.
Yeah, sure it is, but it is kind of a sign of the time. Like it is kind of a game that's like, don't get me wrong, it's still phenomenal. It still holds up. But I'd argue like if you're like, what should I play for Zelda? Like if I'm new to it, I'd say like Breath of the Wild. Like I'd say like one of the newer ones. You know what I mean? Yeah, because they're a little more modern. They're a little more. But I'd recommend like maybe Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, and then if you like those, then go back and play Ocarina of Time. Because but it's more of a sign of the times type game for me. It was better for its time.
I'd recommend something like Link's Awakening because it's got the classic style, but it's also kind of modernized, and because in that it's made quite clear that if you get stuck, you talk to this bird and it'll tell you what to do. Or the crow or whatever. So whereas the other Zeldas, I feel like if you're fucking stuck, you're stuck. Like if you've just not read a bit of dialogue, you're fucked. Like you aren't going to be able to find your way.
And I guess it also depends on what style you like. If you're like, I don't like top down, well, fucking avoid those ones. If you want, like, I don't care if it's 3D. I don't care. I would argue that because if you're aiming them at me, I don't care. I will never play the ones like on 3DS or the top down. I get them. I appreciate them.
But like what they call
Link to the Past.
Oh,
isometric.
Really? Yeah, that's it.
And I loved Link to the Past back in the day on the SNES. It was fucking incredible. But once I started to play 3D, it's just my brain went click. It was hard for me to go back. So Mario 64 and Legend of Ocarina of Time just blew my fucking mind. It's like, this is how I envisioned these games could have always been, right? Where you're on an adventure, you're more in control, you're looking around and exploring. Whereas in Link to the Past, obviously you're exploring as well, but it still feels kind of limited. You're top up from the camera's up high. It's not as personal. You're not as, to me, immersed in the world. You know, I like how a horror game, what's scarier, first person, third person? Well, a lot of people claim first person because it's just more immersive. It's in your face, you know. So it's kind of that same type of vibe where 3D to me is just more my style, more what I've gotten interested in. I'm always excited for graphics and what's new and what's, you know. So, but it doesn't mean I don't love a great retro game though and go back and play them or appreciate them from a distance. So.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I can go back to that sort of stuff, but I'm very retro. I love living in like nostalgia and revisiting things from when I was a kid.
That's cool. That's the two different gamers, you know. I mean, like I loved them back. Yeah, yep. Obviously, I played all those games back then, but now I'm more into like what's new.
It's hard sometimes to step back in it. But for me, that's why I always do franchise runs, because I love going from where a game started to where it is now, or the latest one.
Yeah.
And sometimes, generally speaking, it goes up and it's better and better. Sometimes it can go up and up, and then
worse and worse.
and the latest games are just trash.
And I envy like you and Otis can do that. Like there's a part of me that wishes, man, I wish I could just go back and be like, I'm gonna play Resident Evil 1. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play some old just this. I get those grumblings every so often. Like I'm gonna download an emulator and play some old retro game or something. And now you don't even have to do that shit anymore. You can just fucking boot up your PlayStation and pick a retro game, or play the Switch online has Nintendo 64 classics, so you could do it that way too. But they're not everything's on there. But I am very much not to say AAA, but I do like Death Stranding, Dune. I'm looking forward to like what's next, what's new. I'm just more of what's kind of a sign of the times.
The big spectacle, the big blockbuster game of the time.
I love a good game. But I also, it's got to have great gameplay, and I got to be interested in it. You know, I don't just play anything. There's a lot of games that come out that I'm like, okay, it looks good, but
I'll not play
care.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll never play it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, hopefully, I don't want Nintendo to flop, because I feel like they've lost their way a little bit. I feel with the
they've lost
game. It's not on the cartridge,
shitty, though.
And just the launch has been a bit
and
shit.
The pricing is so insane to me. It's just there's no need.
It can do more than the original Switch. It has a better screen.
No, not so much the system, the games.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I think the system's fairly priced.
Although the games are
them not doing an OLED on launch is a bit weird. I don't get.
Yeah, that's silly. I don't know why.
Just make a $100 more version that is an OLED and give us an option.
OLED.
And
True
as well. Why haven't they brought out like a Mario Kart Switch? When bring out Donkey Kong skin Switch, just fucking flood the market with all these different variants. Because guess what, people are fucking degenerates and want to buy every variant of Switch.
Yeah, yes, they do.
That's how they make the money. So it's weird they're not doing that. I think the first variant they'll do will be Metro,
Zelda, or Metroid. They might do a Metroid variant. If they don't. They might, if not, they'll do like a Zelda one, a Pokemon one.
Pokemon's later this year, which looks really good.
Pokemon, does it really? I don't know. I thought it looked. I'll have to look at it again. But I was just like,
it's like Legends, so it's not a new generation. It's not Gen 10. I think that's the new gen. See, I'm all down with the kids now. I do Pokemon. Look, we have like Pokemon cards. We have like credit cards. We Pokemon Go. God. We are literal Pokemon masters. But yeah, this isn't a new gen. This is like they're bringing many generations in. It's like Arceus. It's a Legends game, so it's going to have many generations in it. The next Pokemon game will be Gen 10 or 11 or whatever it is, and that'll have like the new features. But it looks okay. I think you'll need a Switch 2 for it to run anything above 30 FPS, because the last Pokemon game that released on Switch 1 ran atrociously. So I think that's the time when people will go out and buy Switches that are on the fence for Pokemon, because Pokemon is massive. There's no denying it. I was very much like you.
Just not impressed with it.
For years was like, it's for kids. Why? It's cringe. People wearing Pokemon t-shirts. You're an adult. Fucking hell. I still think the same about anime. I don't get anime to anything. But I get why people like it.
Yeah, sure.
But for Pokemon,
I do like some of it.
When you think about it and you read upon some of the Pokemon and you play the games, even some of the I bought a DS and I played Alpha Sapphire. That game was fucking amazing. and I'm like, there's
back
like
in the day,
10
they were really
Pokemon
good.
games that I've missed out on that are all going to be amazing if they're half as good as that. So, I think the Switch will pick up. Not that it's not sold well now, but I think we'll hear more good things from people, and not just everyone moaning at these shitty re-released games around Pokemon and Donkey Kong. So, and then hopefully we get a Zelda. But that goes on to more things of games being killed. Onto stop killing games.
Please stop killing them.
I purposely, for this, and I've not really told you, I have literally read up nothing what stop killing games is, and I'm going to prove to you that I have a higher IQ than Pirate Software, and I'm dyslexic and stupid, because I'm going to read and learn what stop killing games is. If I was to guess,
understand it.
Yeah, see if I understand it.
Sure.
Tell me if I'm not. Tell me if I'm wrong. Coops will definitely know what it is. I've signed the petition because I'm an idiot. I've signed something before I've read it. It's what we all do in it. But I feel like there was something a few years ago, like YouTube-wise, something that was trying to come out that was basically going to stop how content was going to be put on the internet. I can't remember what it was called. It was given a bunch of numbers and name. But I signed that petition because I watched a lot of streamers and it would have affected them. So, if you go to stopkillinggames.com, which I'll put in the description of this podcast, whether it be on Spotify or YouTube, but this is basically it. You get to the website. Let me actually put the website up on the screen. There we go. Stopkillinggames.com. Stop Killing Games is a consumer movement started to challenge the legality. Also, this is going to test my dyslexia so much of publishers
big words in here.
destroying video games they have sold to customers. An increasing number of video games are sold effectively as goods with no stated expiration date, but designed to be completely unplayable as soon as support from the publisher ends. This practice is a form of planned obsolescence, fucking hell, and is not only detrimental to customers, but preservation effectively impossible. Furthermore, the legality of this practice is largely untested in many countries. Over the past year, we have successfully escalated complaints on this problem. Consumer agencies in France, Germany, Australia, and have brought forth petitions for new law on this problem to various countries. A list of actions taken to date can be viewed here. I won't click that. As of 2025, most consumer action on this matter have concluded, and we are waiting decisions on it from several governments. However, there are few remaining avenues left where people can participate if eligible. So basically, sign this. Now, what I get from that, I've heard a lot of the Pirate Software. I know that he's wrong on some things, so I've got some, forward intel. But what that says to me is that they have to make WoW offline. They have to make WoW offline and make all raids soloable. That's it.
You got
right?
It.
That's fucking impossible. How is that possible, man?
Yeah.
No, of course it fucking doesn't mean that, you absolute idiot.
I know.
What it says to me is that games like what's the Ubisoft game that's prime example of this? The Crew.
They use The Crew a lot for the example. Yeah.
The Crew is basically, you buy that game, whether you buy it on disc or you buy it digitally, and Ubisoft go, we're not supporting this game anymore, so you can't play it. That's unfair. I feel if you've bought a product, why should you be stopped to be played it? Now, it doesn't mean that they should keep paying the servers for that, but maybe make it so that you can buy your own server on it, or you can run your own server, like you can do in World of Warcraft now. You have people that have their own servers on games like this.
Yes, they have private servers. You got it.
So, and we're not saying that the fucking Activision or Ubisoft have to pay for that. If I love Pokemon Go, right, and there's a way for me to put my own server to keep all the Pokestops in Rotherham up, then if I love it that much, then I have to be willing to either crowdfund or to fund it myself to be able to carry on playing that. That's a cost that I'm willing to do as a consumer because I love that game or this product that much. I don't think anyone at any point is asking Ubisoft to foot the bill just because they've made something.
No,
of course,
and
it's impossible.
If that's an exorbitant sum, if that's like a ridiculous amount of money, and the consumer won't be able to afford that bill, then they can't afford it.
Yeah.
That's fine. Then the game has to go and it has to die.
Yeah.
But there's always going to be rich people and stuff like that that are going to be able to like afford that, be able to actually like, make the money and do that and foot the bill for that.
Yeah. So
just give me 1 second. Go ahead. You're good. Give me 1 second.
So, and I feel that this whole movement before Pirate Software really spoke about it, went a bit under the radar. I'd never heard of this. I watch Twitch. I live on Twitch pretty much. Twitch and YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube, but Twitch is 90% of my internet time is Twitch. And I'd never heard of it until one day I opened, I think it was a Carnage stream, or maybe Sequisha stream. And they were, all the chat was just blowing up about this guy, Pirate Software, going on about, stop killing games. I was like, what's this? And I thought it was that he was for stop killing games and people were against him on that. But what it sounds like to me is that he has completely misunderstood. And he's basically done what I've done. He's booted up a podcast, or his stream in this case, and he's basically just picked it apart. He's gone through, he's not fully understood what things mean, he's jumped to conclusions. I purposely made sure that I've been to this website to click the petition to sign it, but I personally haven't myself read up on it, gone into the ins and outs of what it actually does stand for. But from that one paragraph that we got the basis of it. They're not asking to make every game playable to everyone. They're just making it so that it's not allowed anymore, so that publishers, as soon as they're done with it, and they've got their new shiny toy that they want to shove down our throat, that they can't just take the game offline completely and stop you from even booting the game and playing it. Like, at least let us give us the option to do our own server or play it in offline mode or something. We're not asking you to cater the game to that. So yeah, I feel he's been through a lot of drama. Obviously, we're going to talk about Pirate Software. Not that he's ever going to see this. I don't have anything against the guy. I just think that maybe he doesn't like us all. I'll admit it. I'm a guy. I fucking hate it when I'm arguing with my wife and I know that she's right. And I'm like, in my head, I go, okay, I'm literally fighting a battle I'm not going to win here. I'm wrong. I left the toilet seat up. And it kills me. A little part of me dies every time when I have to admit, yeah, I'm sorry, I left the toilet seat up. It's my bad. I'm sorry. But sometimes you just have to suck a dick and just admit you're wrong. And it's not even him sucking a dick. It's him misunderstanding things and then him going out. There's clips of him saying, I am not going to support this and I don't think you guys should because what they're expecting is not fair on the devs or something along those lines. And I feel that you can have your judgment, you can have your opinion, but he's to have that sort of opinion on it, and especially when we're all in this together. We're all gamers, right? Like, there's a prime example. Anthem is not a great game. But Anthem servers, EA announced this week, or maybe last week, that Anthem servers as of January are gone. So the game is going to be unplayable. This is what this is going to try and stop. Because there are probably a handful of people out there that like Anthem and probably still play it every now and again. And that game is gone for them. It's sad. I remember back in the day with it happened with a game called Paragon, which they're actually bringing back. But it was an Epic game. Not an Epic game as in good, but Epic, the game company, did it. And as soon as Fortnite took off, they pulled all the devs from this game, Paragon, and put them onto Fortnite because obviously, look how much money Fortnite's made. It was the right decision. But my friend Tom, my best friend, he loved that. He played it every night and he was absolutely not devastated, but he was fucking gutted when that game went because he was like, I love this game and I'm gutted it's gone now. He's coming back so he can play it again now, but I don't think he's bothered. So yeah, this is going to kind of protect those sorts of things, you know. With Friday the 13th, I think, although the servers are gone, you can't purchase the game anymore, but I'm pretty sure you can run your own server on that game. If not, then that's a massive thing that the devs should do, because I feel that game is so much fun and niche that it's not a game everyone plays every night. It doesn't warrant that company funding and paying for a server. I completely get that. They have the other projects they're working on, or maybe they've just disbanded and don't have any money. But at least the people that love that game, give them an option to pay $20 a month or 20 quid a month to pay for their own server to keep, to upkeep that going, so that they can play with their buddies on a weekend or on an event. And I think that's what this movement's all about. And I think the guy who's running it, I can't remember the guy's name now. I've seen him on a few videos, and he said he didn't want to respond to the drama when Pirate Software started saying these things. I'm not going to cover it now. He didn't want to bring drama, because then that brings eyes to it and people will just think it's drama fested and it'll put people off. But I do think, and he has said himself, I think that maybe he should have addressed it and not got into drama, but addressed it then, because maybe we could have. Sorry, I keep turning my aircon on. It's been really warm in the UK today, and it's 3:30 now, but it's still 23 degrees, and I'm struggling without thinking. So I do apologise if you can hear anything in the background. But yeah, I feel he feels now that he probably should have addressed it, because I think, although it's great, I think drama, for me, it's cool covering drama. Like, I know Coops likes to dive into that sort of stuff, but I'm not for like Twitch drama. Like, it's funny, the funny drama between two streamers, but when you get stuff like Hassan and H3, I just switch off. I'm not interested in that sort of Twitch drama at all. It gets a bit too real and a bit too political, and that's not what I come to Twitch for. I come to Twitch to laugh. And ironically, that's what the Pirate Software's turned into now. He's just a lol cow. Like, everyone is literally just laughing at him. I don't think you just look at his games that he's made himself on Steam. They're all overwhelmingly negative. And it's a shame, because he probably will have people work for him. I don't think it's just him as a solo dev. People who do work for him that are good people. I'm not saying he's a bad person at all. I'm just saying that the way he's acted online has made people perceive him in this way now that is negative. And he is negative, and he doesn't like to be wrong. Like I've said, we all don't like to be wrong. I fucking hate being wrong. But I think everyone has something to learn. And for me, especially, I'm conscious. I have 10 viewers. My average viewer count, I'm probably undershouting myself there. On Twitch, I probably average around 13 to 15 viewers a stream, which to me is incredible. I never imagined I would ever have a platform, quote unquote, where we can have things like that and we can have interesting chats. So I'm very conscious sometimes, and you'll know if you come in stream or you know me personally, I'm not the most serious guy. I try and make jokes about everything, because life's too short, and I feel that I sometimes feel I have an obligation to, although there's people would say, well, you've only got 15 viewers, it doesn't matter, but there's probably some people in there that probably look up to me, as not to be as egotistical, because I don't want anyone to look up to me. We're all equals. Yeah, and I'm very thankful that I've got. No one is a fan. Everyone is my friend that I have made in the past 3-4 years. I've made so many friends that I never thought I would ever meet. So I've never looked at it as in I must inform my people and I must, give them my opinion on everything. No, if someone asks and wants my input, I'll tell them, but I'll make sure if it's something like this, for example, I'll just say what I've heard. I won't say, oh, this is it. It's ridiculous. I might go and read up on it and then come back and tell you. But I feel me as a small content, I fucking hate the word content creator, but as whatever I am, a guy on the internet, I have an obligation with 15 people here on average to not promote fake news. You know what I mean? And not to missell something, especially when it's something that affects us all. I know it's not going to... If they stop making games tomorrow, yeah, it sucks. Are we all going to fucking burst into flames if that happens? No, we'll live, we'll move on. but it's a passion that we've all got, and I feel that it's my job to make sure that if anyone did mention this, that I am well read up on it, and that's why I've not read up on it. No, I've not read up on it for this reason, because I wanted to make sure that I can show you how easy it is just to read something and understand it. And I'm dyslexic, as people know. I struggle to take things in and process. I struggle with games a lot, with story. I'll just get confused. So for me, just to come in and read this and understand it pretty much, and for this guy to have the platform he does with them. Don't get me wrong, before this, he had a bit of drama with WoW, which we could get into later, but he had a platform where he was like the biggest hype train on Twitch. He had a lot of supporters. He clearly has a lot of people that look up to him and think a lot of him, and probably think, value his opinion and think, I want to hear Pirate Software's opinion on this. Whereas now, how many months ago has this all been happening? 3 or 4 months? I think it's completely 180, and everyone's like, oh god, I can't wait to hear Pirate Software's wrong opinion on this.
I'm sorry. Can you explain this to me in Microsoft Paint terms?
Yeah,
because I don't understand the story.
And again, like, that's kind of niche, and I get that he had that for him. But I've always got this vibe from him. Like, I don't want to say, I knew he was a knobhead from day one. I just didn't. Yeah. I never really vibed with him. And people, you're going to get that on Twitch. There's people that don't like me. There's going to be people that don't like Coops. There's going to be people that don't like whoever. It happens. It's fucking life. Not everyone gets on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
you never. People are always going to hate you.
And I don't hate the guy. I just don't think he's a very nice guy, and he's not. Like I was saying before, no one likes to be wrong. Like, I hate being wrong when Lee's. I don't know. I might have left the toilet seat up. You left the. No, I didn't. I fucking did. But it kills me to admit that I'm wrong. And sometimes you just have to suck a dick and do it. And he doesn't want to do that for some reason.
No,
whether he's maybe I'm not going to say it's money, because he doesn't seem like he's money driven at all. But maybe he is money. I don't know. Maybe he's now in a place of power and he's got all this money now that he feels like, oh, well, I'm not wrong. I've got all this. I'm better. I don't think he thinks he's better than anyone. I just think he doesn't want to be wrong, and he tries his hardest to prove that he's right, even though he's snowballing, he's fucking pushing, he's rowing up a stream with no, I can't remember the fucking saying you say, but
Shit's Creek with no paddle.
Yeah, that's it. He's rowing up Shit's Creek with no paddle. Like, for example, with his game, he's got a game that's in early access, and it got tagged by Steam because it had not had an update for 13 months. Which means Steam say this is an early access game, but has been abandoned in quotes by the devs. So what does he do? He adds like the smallest change just so he can keep pumping out updates, so that goes away. And now he's arguing with people on stream saying, nope, it's never been that. That's not there anymore. Yeah, but it was fucking there.
And he goes on Steam himself and goes, well, you can just look under here and you can see all the updates.
Yeah.
And he just quickly scrolls through it, and he's like, they're right here.
Yeah.
They're right. And he's so smug about it.
And it's
the problem, he's so smug. They're right here. And then another YouTuber, I think it's Quinn Theo or whatever, I've been watching him on it, and he literally goes through it and goes, this update. Somebody took it. Here's the thing, dude. This is the internet. Anything you say or do, someone is going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb.
And guess what?
And do the
internet has something called Google, where you can find anything out.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? So, like, someone could fact-check me. I could say, oh, Resident Evil 2 came out in 1994. Yeah, it did.
Right.
Look, I've got a fucking shelf of it. I think I know it came out in 1994. People will go, actually, it came out in the right... And they'll tell the right year. I don't know what year. I think it was 98 or 99, but... You know what I mean? So you got to be. That's why you got to be careful. And I think the internet now, although it's a fantastic place and a tool, there is so much, like, you've got like your Andrew Tates that people look up to. I'm not saying. Don't get me wrong. I'm not fucking lugging Pirate Software in with Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is a fucking cretin. Pirate Software is just. He's a bit misunderstood, and he probably needs to change a couple of things. I don't think he's a bad guy. He's probably done some good things.
With you.
I don't think
I agree.
I don't think he's nasty to anyone, but the way he goes on about things, I think, as we all do on stream, you have a bit of a crowd. I have a fucking bit of a crowd with 15 people at times, and I feel like, oh, I'm just going to keep doing things to make people laugh, and I might make a dig at this bit, but it's always in fucking joke. It's not. I never say anything, and if anyone said something to me and said, when you made that dig at me today, that actually hurt, I'd feel awful, and I'd say, mate, I was joking. I would never ever, and guess what? I would never make a joke about that person again if that was the case.
Sure, if if that was like a sore subject for somebody.
So, but I feel this guy, he can't stop himself with the Stop Killing Games thing. He was like, well, I'm never going to support it. This is ridiculous. And he says that, one, he doesn't fully understand it. He's clearly fully not ready.
He's
he's
misrepresenting it is the big problem.
I also think this affects him in his games or in his future game that he's going to make, because his future game is, I don't know what his big plan is. Again, I've not read much up on him, because it's all, that's the problem with the internet. It's all toxic now. If you Google him, it's all people that don't like him that are writing, oh, he's a fucking blah, blah, blah. So I wish I could just speak to him and just get a truthful answer out of him. You know what I mean? We just make him drink a fucking potion that means he has to tell the complete truth, and just say to us, well, I do this because I'm just a bit insecure. Mate, we're all humans at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Got it.
So I just think no one likes being backed in a corner. I would not want to be him right now with all the money and the success he's had. I wouldn't want to be him, because imagine he must have mad anxiety every time he boots his stream up, because he knows that he's just going to get so much hate, and he is going to snap. And there's clips of him snapping at people and being a bit smart. But do you blame the guy? He's averages 10k viewers or whatever. He's going to have like 4,000 of them hate watching. You know what I mean? That are going to be picking every little thing he says.
And you know what though? You're always going to have haters. You're right. Period. No matter how smart, how this or that you are, or good at your job, or how you're a journalist, you research everything, how nice or kind you are. Dude, I'm sure Ko Carnage has haters. And to me, Ko is like the dad of the internet.
He needs to be like the face of Twitch, for sure.
He really, to me, he's the type of guy, like, he's just a good person with a good heart and soul. He has Pirate Software on a podcast with him. Like, he talks to the guy and, goes back and forth.
Yep.
Ko is a good guy. But here's the thing though, Pirate Software, he can't help himself. He has this ego, and I call him a narcissist, but he is not a narcissist in the way that, like, what is it from American Psycho, Patrick Bateman is a narcissist. He's like killing women and like banging chicks, looking in the mirror,
maybe he is
flexing.
We don't know. We don't see him off stream.
That is true. Behind closed doors, he could be diabolical. Do you like Huey Louie? The fucking axe.
Hey, Parrot, when you turn your green screen off, why is it all fucking newspaper and...
Oh shit!
If I could make a thumbnail, I'd put Pirate Software's face on Christian Bale's.
Right when he's banging the chicks in the mirror, looking in the mirror, just have Pirate Software's face on him. But right, I don't think. But you nailed it. He's like has some sort of insecurity that he has to feel like, if I say something, I'm a hacker. Well, I have to make it to where I'm the best.
I'm the best.
I was one of the best.
We had hackers in WoW, and this is how I dealt with them. Or we dealt with my team. And I get it. Yeah, someone on your team probably did that. And I get everyone talks themselves up in stories or whatever.
Sure.
It is a common thing. But I feel like with him, it is turned up to 10.
Yes.
And
dude,
it's a bit like the Elon Musk thing. Like, Elon Musk, you would never question him 5 years ago about electric cars and rockets. But now you see all the shit he's done in the last year, and you're like, let's question that now, because I don't think he's as good as he is at these things. So again, I'm not saying that he's on the levels of Elon Musk, but there's similarities between stuff with that. But yeah, I don't.
Wait, there's just this weird, like, Elon Musk had that controversy where he was playing, what is it, Diablo 4 or Path of Exile, and he's like, oh, this is my level 60 guy, and he was just like, this is my level 2 staff, and immediately people were calling him out, like, no.
Well, he ended stream, didn't he? Because he was saying, oh, I probably need to upgrade that, but that was like an insane item with the stat roll, like perfect stat rolls. It didn't matter that it was level 30, because it's the best you're going to get. It doesn't need upgrading. So, and that just proves that he was just
talking shit.
Yeah, he's just paid someone. Because how can he be running...
Just admit it.
Dodge, or whatever it's called. Running SpaceX, running Tesla, and then being #1 player in the world at Path of Exile. Come on.
Right. Just say, I love this game. and I want to have a character that's like up to speed. So I have a great friend of mine. Here he is.
Yeah, this is his account. He lets me play on it.
This.
Yeah,
right.
Oh, this is my son's account. You know what I mean?
Right.
So talk up your son
and
or something.
I know how to play. Yeah, and let's say I know the character, but we play it together, and he just kind of keeps me my power up there. No one would give a fuck.
Yeah.
People.
I think
he
wants to be like seen like Tony Stark, doesn't he?
Yeah,
like he wants to be just seen the best at everything, the genius,
everything.
And really, he's Tony Stark. He's Tony Stark. Really, he's like wannabe.
No shit.
He's like Tin Man. He's not Iron Man. He's fucking Tin Man.
Right, and that's the problem with Pirate. Like here's the thing. It's like, dude, you've won. You have more money, a following, and everyone's saying like, just tell people you don't want to develop anymore. You've found success being a streamer. If you want to pivot and become a full-time streamer, go for it.
Yeah.
Like that's what you want to do. Just be honest to people. But they're pissed because he claims to be some sort of high-level coder. And he's not. They're calling him out on it. You kickstarted this game, Heartbound. It's been in development hell for 8 fucking years. It's not getting updates, and you're lying. Oh, yes, it is. No, it's not. They're calling you out. They're literally showing you that it's not getting updated. There are YouTubers out there that are breaking this down to the T, and he's still... Nope. You don't understand. And that's why everyone keeps coming at him and keep throwing tomatoes at him. Like, dude, all you have to do is just go, hey, my bad. I'm more of a hobbyist. I'm more of a streamer. I play games, talk about games, give my takes on things. I'm not perfect, but that's what I am. And people would be like, cool. He wouldn't lose his following. He'd be fine.
You know what?
But he just has to be the smartest guy in the room. He has a complex.
It's weird.
It's
why Mind's Eye got so much hate as well, and rightly so, because it claims to be the GTA killer, and it's not even a GTA 1 killer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because it's labeling itself as that, well then you're opening yourself. Like if I say I'm the best, like during October, no one streams on Twitch are better than mine. I don't think that'd be fucking ridiculous.
No, but I know what you're saying.
When you got like IShowSpeed jumping out of planes, like I'm just sat here. Oh, that's really better than him, right? Yeah, fuck off. So so I think
fucking
when you put
Kai Cenat's meeting LeBron James,
literally.
no, check out Fluff.
Yeah, check me out. All I do is put up pumpkins and stream nonstop. It's amazing. So much effort goes into it. But but please come in October. And Kai Cenat, maybe you come as well. Come to here. Sure. Come to here, Kai Cenat. It'd be awesome.
Right, there you go.
But yeah,
shoot him an email. I'm sure he'll respond.
Yeah. We'll just tag him in this. This will be the thumbnail.
I'm sure he'll hear this. Yeah. Come on, Kai. What's up?
Please.
Yeah. 2 white guys in their fucking 30s. Yeah, he's on his way.
They're really cool. No, we're not.
Yeah, no shit.
But yeah, I feel once you put yourself in that lane as being you're opening yourself up then to valid criticism. So you know what I mean. So I feel if he just put his hands up and went, look, I think it's impressive what he's made. For his level, clearly for his level. Yes. But if he's saying he's this master coder that's fucking Neo, you know what I mean? Like, we're in.
Fuck him.
You know what I mean? Like, then no, it's not that good.
Ethan Hunt, I've hacked the Pentagon. dun. Pirate Software presents. It's like, no, dude. You're right. You just put a target on you, and everyone's gonna keep coming.
And it is cool.
And then you double down and triple down, and then they're finding out he's lied in Outer Wilds about solving puzzles and shit.
That
dude,
game,
one of the funniest.
Blueprints. He was like getting help.
Yeah, Blueprints.
There was a game as well that has like an ending.
Animal Well.
Yeah, the game that was done by the other YouTuber, the big that I really.
He's good. Oh, I love him. He's got great video. What's his fucking name? He's gonna drive me. I can look him up. I'll just Google Animal Well.
I keep thinking Ducky, but it's not Ducky. What is it?
It's not Ducky. It's close.
Something like that.
You're fucking close. Fuck, you're close. He's. I love him.
But yeah, that game to get like the secret ending, it took people weeks to figure it out. And on his first playthrough, motherfucker Okay, guys, I think I've figured this secret out already. Yes, look at that secret ending unlocked already. It's like, come on, dude. Like, why do you have to be the best? You could do it as a joke. Like, believe you me, if I play that game, I'm getting that ending first time, and I'll play it off. I'll be like, I'll just not react, and everyone will be like, "You just got the secret ending." I'll be like, "Yeah, and
what?
That's the proper ending."
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't know to touch that rock and put that leaf there. It was obvious.
Duh.
So I think
these guys just have no humility or to be humble, to be able to laugh at yourself. Laugh at yourself.
And I feel
they have such thin skin.
Once you lose that side of yourself, that's a dangerous place to be.
Yes.
Once you can't poke fun, like I've always said, like I have the thickest. I would argue out of everyone I know, I'm probably the thickest skinned. Not because I'm fatter than everyone,
I agree.
But like
that too.
Mate, people jump on me all the time about my dad. My fucking dad's dead, and they jump on him. And they fucking pulverize his corpse to pieces.
I've had some.
So like,
I've had some bangers. I'll say I've dropped in chat about your dead dad. I'll just say, but like, pretty proud of those.
If I felt like, okay, you've overstepped the line, I might say, but I wouldn't make a big deal of it, because really it's a thing that does, unless you really upset me and said something horrible, then obviously. But I feel like I can take criticism, and the day I've had days where everyone has bad days where I've been in someone's chat and everyone jumped in, not jumped on me like picking on me, but just Fluff's here, let's dig fun at him. And I was not in a mood, and I remember at the time just thinking, that's fucking, you're a dickhead for and I said out loud to myself, like, you're a fucking dickhead. I'm not gonna say who it was, but you're a fucking dickhead who said that. No, it wasn't you.
Fucking dickhead. Fuck you.
It was I mean, out whose chat it was in, right? It was in Steve's chat, but I was not having a good day.
Nice.
And it was funny. Looking back now, it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But I remember writing out and saying, guys, I've had a bad day. Please, can we just not fucking do the jokes today? And then I was about to send, and I went, actually, you know what? Just because I'm having a bad day, don't mean I have to spoil everyone else's. Everyone else is having a nice time. And I deleted it, and I just kept W'd. And I feel that's the most adult thing to do.
That's what I'm trying to say. No one is saying that you can't have those moments. I am right there with you. You had those bad days. Your humor is not on point, and the little things are bothering you. I have those days. Dude, that same story has happened to me. You're in chat, people are riffing and making fun of you about something, or they're just being annoying about some other topic or some shit. And you got to step back and go, you know what? I'm in a weird mood today. I'm just going to maybe back out. I'm just gonna back out, watch a movie, play a game, chill, because I'm in some weird shit mood. And you did the not saying you did the right thing, but you did the adult, mature thing.
Yeah.
You said, you know what, this is bothering me a little bit, but I recognize that. I'm just gonna keck W, and maybe I'll go do something different or chill out, because these are my friends. They love me, and they're just poking fun at me. And that's what it takes, and that's what, but my point is, that is the difference between someone like you or Pirate Software or, I don't know, Ludwig, we throw him in there, but somebody that just can't take a joke, can't take that just gets so hurt and offended, or they have to be the one on the top making the jokes. And if anything gets thrown at them, they're all, I'm fucking, those are the people. I just have no respect for those types of people.
I love being I'm not going to lie, it doesn't give me a kick, but I go home, like last Saturday we went for Steve's birthday. It was like a surprise party for him.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
It was and I love being the person that makes everybody laugh. So I do stupid shit all the time. Maybe just to make myself look like an idiot. But if it makes like 3 people laugh, I'm like, yes. Like inside, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
And I came away from that. And I know that like I'm funny. I get I'm funny. But I know that Apollo he doesn't even need to try, and he can make people laugh. So I know that really I can't really up him. I have to try and kick at him, but then usually he doesn't even
try to keep up with them.
Yeah, it's not even an effort for him to be funny at times. So I'm like, fuck, I'm fighting a losing battle. So I get it, but some people can't take that, and they go, well, this guy's funny to me. No. That's not on. I'm way funnier.
Right. And they're mad.
And once you lose that side of yourself, and once like going back to the thing where I like just wasn't having a good day, I realized after like I'd put KW and I saw someone put like, oh, I love you, Fluff. I love that we just rip on you and you just fucking take it. And I thought, that's it. Like if I'd have reacted the other way, they would probably still love me and think, oh, I feel bad. But they're doing it out of love. They're not doing it out of fucking being dickheads and being mean. Because I'm not stupid. I can tell when someone's being a knobhead.
Right, being malicious. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I don't think I've met anyone on Twitch that's been like that ever. Like, you could, some people in the community might go, nah, this person's like that, they're a bit of a dick. But literally, I've not met one person, they would be banned, they would be gone if they were toxic, right. I feel. So yeah, and I feel like if that moment, like, proved to me, even if I'm having a bad day, if people are giving me that sort of attention and ripping on me or whatever, it's just out of love. It's never been, you're a fucking knobhead, you need to stop this. And you can live in your head a bit, and like the last podcast, we got a bit into like mental health. Maybe he's not doing well. Like, definitely he's not doing well now. Like I said, he must fucking dread pressing go live. Like, I don't get anxiety. I used to get anxiety a little bit with stream, but now it's the opposite. If I've had an anxious day, like today, my work week's been fucking dreadful, but I want to spend today with Lee. But today would have been perfect if I had a booted up stream. The minute I click go live, I'm like, the weight is off my shoulders. I know that I'm just going to chill and we're just going to fucking vibe.
Yeah.
Whereas I couldn't imagine what it must be like. And he has to do it because it's his job. I know he's probably got more money than, most of us see, but he still has to make an income. He'll have got other, obviously
responsibilities.
And obviously if you're on $2,000 a month, or you live to your means. You're not going to just spend $1,000 of it and then save $1,000 of it. If this guy's pulling $50,000 a month, I don't know how much he's pulling. He's going to live to his means. He probably lives in a house that he's paying out of his ass for. Right. He's going to have other things. So yeah, he can't afford to just down tools and go, I'm taking 2 months off until this blows over. So it must be tough for him, but also he's not helping himself by reacting when he does to things. But also I kind of agree with him at times and think, I get why you're defending yourself in these ways, because half of your fucking chat is jumping down your throat. You're gonna go off on I feel bad for him, but he doesn't help himself.
But he's done this to himself.
And
that's the way he. And I agree. I see what you're saying. I have empathy. I have sympathy. I can see from his perspective. But when you double down and triple down, I'm sorry. I worked with a guy. All right, I worked with a guy at the big fucking game store. We were both competing to be assistant managers, and I'm a nice person. I give people a chance. Hey, how you doing? Even though we're both competing for the same job, it's like, motherfucker. But it's like I'm not mad at this guy. Yep. You know what I mean? But as I got to know him, he was a fucking douche. He was the biggest. At one point, he was in the CIA. At another point, he used to have to wear bulletproof vests because at any moment someone could try to make an attempt on his life. Like, he had so many lies and so many over embellishments, and he just had to be the smartest guy in the room. If you had a funny story, he had top a funnier one. You know what I mean? Yep. He had a funnier one. If something, you could just tell this guy is just some sort of some sort of narcissist. So it became like, fuck this guy. Yeah, you know what I mean?
It does get exhausting, doesn't it?
Right. And why am I? And I got really like just bent on, why am I competing with this fucking guy? He's a lying piece of shit. Like, I'm not judging him based on his merits. Like, if he's good at selling, great. Like, he gets, sure. But he's just such a. So I worked against him. You know what I mean? Like, I actively was like, fuck this guy. Yep. And that's what Pirate Software he just has this egotistical, and when people are calling him out, he's doubling down, tripling down. They're like, at one point in Outer Wilds, there's a clip of him, and there's somebody's like, why did you cheat in Outer Wilds? And he's like, cheating in Outer Wilds? Like, how would I do that? Like, it's live. People are literally watching me live. How would I cheat? And it's like, are you that fucking retarded, dude? Really? Yeah. How would you cheat? I don't know if you understand this or not, but I said this yesterday, Otis. I don't know if you understand this or not, dude, but you can have multiple monitors and you can put up a guide on the fucking right side of your monitor. You aren't stupid. You know what you're doing. And everyone's calling him out for it. He's a good dude. He'd be a great politician, because if you call him out on it, he just deflects and he kind of he's got a weird answer. And how would I cheat? What? I went live. Like, he's trying to make the guy sound stupid. And it's like, no, you sound fucking stupid for what you just said. You know what you said. And people are calling you out because oh, I don't know this, Paul, man. This is real tough. I don't know the answer. And all of a sudden, he's looking over to the side. It's like, what are you doing there, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, I got it now. It all makes sense to me. Oh, he has that. It's like fucking Tom Hanks in Da Vinci Code moment. It's like, and it's like the slow motion. You see the symbols and the words and shit. It's like, you fucking dork.
Yeah.
Like, you're being a lion weasel, And then Otis was like, dude, it's to the point now where he thinks he could be a character. He's like, now I think he could just be doubling down and tripling down and just being the villain.
I think
you know what I mean?
He could be playing up to it.
I don't really think he
I don't know.
But...
I don't know him enough. I've never clicked on his stream and watched more than a second.
That's true.
So I wouldn't be able to say that. I've just seen unfortunately, I've only seen one side that he's portrayed negatively. I can't really give him a fair judgment. I'm just trying to be as impartial as I can be in this, as much of a knobhead he's been at times. And if this was someone else and he could comment on it, he would call him a knobhead because that's what you've been. But yeah, I think
yes. Yeah, he is.
The point I was gonna there's a point I was gonna make. I should have wrote it down when you were talking. I didn't want to interrupt because you're on a fucking roll, and I was like, yes, but I really want to say this.
I know.
What was it? It was a really good point, and it was going to get me thousands of views on this next podcast as well, and it's gone now.
Oh, fucked it.
I don't have mind blanks, but it's 4 a.m. and that's probably why.
Oh, I do. Yeah, dude. I do the same thing. I blank too hard.
I'm trying to think. You can keep going if you want.
Yeah.
Keep with what?
Give me 1 second. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm really out. I feel bad. I feel embarrassed. It's like it's like one of those dreams when you look down and you're naked.
Yep, you're naked. And here's what's gonna happen. I could save you, but I'm not.
Yeah, he's like, I know what he wants to
say. and I'm just gonna stay here in silence and watch you flounder. Like, I could change it. Yeah, come on. What was it,
boy?
You know what? I can't think of anything either right now, Fluff.
Okay, well, that's the end. Goodbye.
Yeah, and now, quick. Well, maybe if you bring up Microsoft Paint, make some notes in there. You'll remember what it
was. Yeah.
Dude, no,
I was talking about. I've never really watched much on him.
Wait.
It's gone. It's totally gone. Yep. And I'm going to end the podcast, right? And I'm going to remember instantly. And I'm going to record it after. And I'm going to have an AI Coops react to it next to me. But, yeah.
Just W.
I feel like... No, because you mentioned that like he's playing up to it as a character.
Yeah, which I don't think that's just more of a fun. That's like fun. That's just more. I don't believe that at all. I do think he's not.
I won't put it past people because some people especially on Twitch, when the views are there, it must be tough when you see the money coming
into it.
Because he must have had an influx of viewers that sit and hate watch him, and as much as they use ad blocker or whatever, they're going to be earning him some sort of revenue in some sort of way.
Oh yeah,
so,
for sure.
I don't feel he's playing up to it that much, but maybe. I don't know him personally.
He's gonna pull like that. He's gonna pull what is that, Nekocado avocado, and be like, "This is a 5-head move. I was skinny the whole time." Like, that's what I mean. He'll end up doing like what did you say he was gonna do? Like, I'm the victim.
That's what I was
I'll
say.
be the victim.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, go ahead.
That he was gonna. That his master plan behind this, right, is when this finally goes through, he's gonna say, "It's because of me. I brought ice to this.
I was the bad guy.
I was the bad guy, but I'm willing to be the bad guy if it means we can fix games together." And you know what? Fucking go for it. Do it. Why not? Play up to it. It's scummy, and I don't like it, but why not? Fucking do it. Be the ultimate fucking villain. That I could definitely see him doing that. Well, actually, if it wasn't for all this drama, there wouldn't be 1.4 million signatures on the bill. So actually, I've been very integral to that. Like literally the week of the drama, it had seen like 50,000 signatures, which is more than it had in months. And the guy said, I said this earlier when you were away, but
he didn't want to do this.
He didn't want to go down the route of I don't want to address it, because then that does bring a narrative to it where it's just another internet drama, we're not bothered.
Yes,
but the guy even admits maybe he should have, because he might have educated Thor. I think that's his name.
Yeah,
he's not God of Thunder to me, but would have educated him on what is what he's wrong about and what he actually is. And 2, it would have brought way more eyes to it because he's a big eye in this scene. So.
Yeah, and Ross didn't want to do it. Like he didn't. The guy, I can't remember his last name, but he's the one that's leading the initiative on Stop Killing Games. And you're right, he didn't want to make a video about Thor. Thor was talking about this 8-9 months ago. Like, this is stupid. This initiative is garbage. It can lick my whole ass. I'm actively not going to support it. I'm not going to support it. It's bad for developers.
And I said this earlier, like, as a content, I hate the word content creator. We're not that. We just stream, but I feel that you have an obligation, and there needs to be a way that Twitch and other platforms do it, because TikTok is horrendous for it. The amount of bad people are on TikTok that people go in and support and actively just give money, that they're misinforming or just are not good people at all, is really bad. And I feel that Twitch have an obligation, because ultimately this is going to make headlines outside of Twitch, and he's gonna be labeled as Twitch streamer pirate software, because that's what he is. He's not a fucking game dev. He's made 2 games, barely.
He's a streamer. So
I feel that you have an obligation to not only because you've got a lot of people that look up to you, but you have an obligation because you're on the. I'm not going to go on a crazy rant because I'm on Twitch, and I know that if I'm like, I don't know, I think that people from Sheffield, which is the town over from me, are all dickheads, right? If I thought that, and I want them gone, Twitch have all the right in the world to just shut me down, because that's just not right. No one should think like that. So, and it's not saying that he's that extreme, but Twitch should step in at some point and go, look, you have, like, I know that X does it, doesn't it? So if you tweet something, it's just dog shit, and it's not right, they'll call you out and they'll say misinformation. This is actually the case. Twitch should do that. They should flag your stream and fucking put an overlay saying this guy's talking utter fucking dog shit. Do not listen. He's completely wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just to make, because there's people in there that will have heard him say, "Eat my entire ass," and they will now not read a thing on Stop Killing Games, and just when someone brings it up in their friend group, will go, "Oh, it's dog shit that. Yeah, they can eat my entire ass. Yeah, it's terrible. They're not even 4 games."
And he's saying, and he's playing, and he's crying victim, right? Oh, this is all my fault. And it's like, dude, the reason why Ross had to come out and make a video about Pirate Software's coverage is because it was effectively hurting the initiative. It was killing it. He has a massive platform. So anytime he does say something, it has sway. So when he's like, and everyone's telling him, dude, if you don't agree with the initiative, that's fine. No one is strong-arming you into saying that you should agree with it. All they're asking you to do is to stop lying about it. Stop misrepresenting it. You're claiming that, so when WoW goes offline, they're going to have to make it all single player. No, they are not asking for that.
What I don't understand is, how the fuck did he come to that conclusion?
I don't know.
I said before when you were away, I'm dyslexic, not to the points of you see some people, but you even heard when I was reading things out, my brain just fills in the blanks and says another word. I can't stop that. It's just something I can't do. But I struggle massively when playing games just to understand the story and the plot. And sometimes after a stream, I'll be like, I feel embarrassed to ask what's going on, so I'll just fucking Google what happened.
Dude.
So, and I think part of that is that I don't pay attention because I'm reading chat, but massive part of it is my dyslexia. And I feel like if I read that just now and then I say, because he's portraying it as if that's what it is and that's factual, whereas he should have said, well, from what I'm gathering from this, is this what it means? Quote me if I'm right, chat, let me know. And then they would go, no, that's not what it means. But he doesn't do that. He just says that his word is final, and that's wrong. And I feel and he's so wrong about it. With you can play up to a crowd, and they can eat my entire ass. I get that part of it. That's just part of being a streamer. And people not on Twitch and not on the internet might hear that and think, oh, this guy's horrible. But that's just how people on the internet are. They're over dramatic. They play up to the crowd. It's what we do. But I feel that when you have a crowd and a fan base of that much that will look up to him and take what he says and take it as fact and back him in it, it's dangerous. And luckily, it's only about something like this that now has been brought to light and we all know what it is because of him. It's just a good job that it wasn't something like, imagine if he was this misinformed on something crazy, like if he covered politics. Fuck me. If he's that misinformed on
Stay
something
the
as
fuck
simple
out
as
of
this,
that.
which is very easy,
Yeah.
but if he's getting involved then in politics, and it's like, and if he's going to be exactly the same, then that's just dangerous. And that's why, for me personally, I like it that politics and shit are on Twitch, but I like to keep it separate. I used to let people chat about politics and stuff in chat, but I've learned the hard way that no one. My granddad used to say to me, "There's two things you should never discuss with friends, and that's politics and religion, because you'll never agree on it. Like, even if you're both atheist and you're both left, there's going to be something
You'll find
in the
something.
Bible or the Quran or in a law that you don't agree on, and you're just never going to agree on. So don't do it." I feel we can chat, like we'll rip on each other, but we can have a chat about, we've spoke about Trump
And the thing is,
and UK stuff.
Oh yeah,
But we don't go, "You're wrong."
I can also,
You know what I mean? We are
and we can
understanding.
also agree and disagree.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine. Like, and they think that's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? If you have to learn to be able to disagree with other people and still
100%.
be like friends.
And I think
it's
as
ridiculous.
well, I for me especially, I like absorbing things from people and learning things. So I always go into things like with you. I'll have learned things today that I didn't know. So, and I think that not enough people, and especially when it must be hard when you get all this money and you have a platform and you see the number going up, not only of your money but of your follow account and your view account. So you must get a bit egotistical and think, well, I am better than everyone. But I think you still need to bring yourself down and think, even though I've got all this money, there's someone in chat that's way more richer than me. There's always going to be a bigger fish, as Qui-Gon Jinn says. So everything's related to Star Wars, but there's always going to be a bigger fish. There's always going to be someone more clever. There's always going to be someone more rich and has more life experience.
And you can learn from those people, and you should surround yourself with those people. I think some of the best people in the craft, or the best people, call them whatever, comedians, streamers, whoever, they surround themselves with friends, family, whoever, that the people that are, whether they're funnier, smarter, they're more clever. You surround yourself with those people, and you learn from them, and you work with and collaborate with them, and you don't steal from them. But like me and you, for example, we're like, dude, steal from me all the time. Like, if you do something in your stream and you think it's great, steal it, and
I've pretty much got the Dim Frenemies script here, so I've just stole everything out of it. So everything. No, I watched the first, which I will say, we'll go into a side note now, but well done. I really liked the first. I don't think you uploaded part 5.5, did you?
No, because that's one
there's a bit of
we had problems for 28 years later.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember you saying.
That's the one that we have.
But it was great. I like it. And
well, thank you. Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
So and part 2 is filmed. It's coming out very soon. So please, I'll leave their link in the description.
And we're talking about, just so people know, the Dim Frenemies Gaming Podcast. That's the other one I do with Otis.
So Coops gets around. He gets around, you see, like his mum.
Oh yeah, I'm a filthy whore.
But I think it's great. Like, Coops, like, I love streaming. Streaming's my main thing, but I like this because, one, we get to hang out, and we don't get to hang out that much.
I love it.
But not only that, but this is something like I like this, and I've really enjoyed learning about stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's just cool to do something together. Because
for sure.
I feel like we should have recorded like the last 2 years of when we just sit in calls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
we always end up talking. We're talking like this, but we won't
doing
record
the same
it.
thing.
So I just feel like I'm glad that you've got something that you're like, because you've come to streaming and you dabble in and out of it, but like you said, you just like, I can take it or leave it. Like,
I love streaming, and I definitely would do it more. But with a full-time job and having kids, it's just get to a point where I'm exhausted, and I just like podcasts where we can hop in for a couple of hours, go over topics, and get out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do it twice, a couple times a week. But if it became something that we got success, I would do it more and more. I'd love to make it a full-time job, but but start in the beginning, making it a hobby. You got to build, you got to start somewhere.
And I think as well, like, I'm probably the wrong person to go to for this sort of thing, but I never ever look at Twitch or streaming as money and numbers. The only numbers I tend to look at is TikTok, and that's just because I'm just seeing if because I did a video the other day and it got like 12 views, and someone messaged me that I know on TikTok, and he was like, "Why has that only got 12 views?" And it's because it got a copyrighted song in it that I couldn't take out, so it didn't get pushed to the FYP. So, no, it was something in the title I found out. It was I was showing something like a video, Resident Evil, and there was something in the title or something I said early on that basically demonetized it, and they didn't push it to the FYP. So I could have gone back and tried to figure out what it is. I think it's because I mentioned podcast, and they must have gone, podcast is trying to promote something else. Boom, we'll just zip it. So I only look at numbers there. I don't look at it as, oh, that one's only gotten 300. I get it, and most videos are going to be 300 views on TikTok. But for me, it's more like interaction. If I see a video gets 20 likes and 30 views, I'm buzzing. Whereas if it got 5,000 views and 5 likes, I'd be like, well, the views are great, but people haven't actually stuck around to like it or whatever. So yeah, and I feel streaming, you can get very caught up. It's easy, especially when you go for affiliate. When I first started, I was like, oh, I need to get affiliate. Why?
Yeah, get that fire.
The reason I wanted it is because the reason I wanted affiliate is because I wanted it when people watched, they could switch my quality. But then they brought that out to everyone. So
to everyone, yeah.
As soon as I got affiliate, I've never been driven. I never even push. The only times I push subs are like for charity, or if I do, I've only ever done it. I think I've done a subathon for me once, and I've done something else for me once, maybe another subathon. But I don't push it. I don't go crazy. I don't go, come on, guys, we've got 2 hours left. Let's get this goal. Fuck me. It's my friends giving me money. I feel bad when someone drops fucking 10 subs. I'm like, mate, that's money you could have just bought yourself something with. Like, I love it that people do it, but that's why I always feel like, oh, I'm taking money off friends, and it just feels like really.
I'm not trying to, I know, and I'm not trying to like ball wash you or glaze you, but that's why people do it, because they know you appreciate it, right? And you see money going to people, and I know it keeps you get like pirates off wherever, but these people they have so much money, and they keep getting more and more money, and they're just like, oh, thanks for this, and they just move on.
Have you seen the TikTok?
And it becomes
there's like a guy who's playing for your kids, like, oh, Kai Cenat's on? He's doing a subathon? Oh man! And he's got like a face filter on, so he looks all like warped. He's like, I'm gonna donate $1,000. Hi Kai, I can't wait for the rest of the subathon. Send. And then it's like he's asleep, and it'll just play a sound and go, who the fuck was that? And you go, oh my god, look at everyone laughing at that, my $1,000 donation. So I get it, but like it's weird being on the receive. I don't keep track of what the highest thing I've ever had. I think it was when Dave dropped 40 subs playing Fallout, and I didn't know what to say. I'm like, I get embarrassed. I'm like, fuck, man, like, why are you giving me money? Man. I'm just playing a game, done. Like I picture when I'm streaming, I'm like, we've got a giant fucking couch. We're all sat. We've all got popcorn and crisps and drinks.
We're just
having a good time. Like no one has to. Don't feel bad if you can't sub. Don't feel bad if you can't come. Like fucking life happens. You know what I mean? Like people live on the other side of the world, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I've not been able to catch your stream." I'm like, "Mate, it's fine. Like it's fucking midnight for you when I start. Like you're in bed. Like don't worry." So I feel you can get caught up in it, and I get it. You might do it where you rely on that money, and thankfully I'm in a position where I don't rely on the money, but it's any money I do get goes either straight back into stream or it buys a game for me to play on stream. So. Yeah, I think with like big content creators, like we didn't really go over it much, but with Dr. Lupo, I don't think he ever got in drama. I'd never known him to get in drama.
No, not really, not until then.
I remember him doing like a charity thing where it was there's a streamer that I used to watch back in there. I still follow him. He's a good guy called Professor Broman. He was a Destiny streamer, and he does, I think it's called Guardian Con. Basically, it was all Destiny oriented. And every year they do like a 2 weeks like stream, a bit like GDQ, where they have different streamers on for like so many hours, and they have goals to raise chat.
Oh, I never heard about that.
And it's great. There's so many new streamers you'll see through it, and then, one year he was Dr. Lupo was like the main guy who was like he was on the end block to raise the last bit of money to push them to their goal for St. Jude. And he had a giant check from Twitch that was $1 million. And as he opened it, Twitch donated $1 million. It's fucking amazing. Like $1 million to charity in one donation is crazy. And for him to go from, like, you would think, okay, this guy is never going to set foot wrong. He's never going to get in drama. He just didn't seem to engage in that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But then to see him cheat in a fucking tournament, I don't know if it's for charity or if it's for personal.
It was, I think it was a 100K chess tournament. It was 100K, and it was for charity. And it was for charity. So he wouldn't have got 100K.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
it was more of a, he had to be the smartest guy. Like he has, and it's what he even said when he finally admitted it. He's like, I just have some sort of, like, I want people to look at me like I'm the best. You know what I mean?
And you know
he goes, I realize that's like a flaw I have, and I'm going to therapy, blah, blah, blah.
And you know what? Like, he will realize that he has millions of people, I'm guessing. I don't know his numbers, but I'm guessing he has millions of people that know who Dr. Lupo is. And if you say to him, who's Dr. Lupo? Yeah. Oh, he's awesome. He does loads of charity. He's quite not kid friendly, but I'd say he's friendly for anyone to watch his streams. He's not effing and jeffing like I am. So like, very respectable. For him to do something like that, to me, is I can't believe it wasn't like it's all over the internet.
It doesn't make sense
because
it was pretty big, but yeah, it kind of was.
And I get it, like for him to own up to it is fucking. I don't know. I think I just quit the internet. I'd be gone. I'd be like, see ya. I can't address this. I'm just embarrassed that much. But for him, and when you watch the clip, I've watched that entire VOD. I got obsessed with it. I watched, and you can just tell all the stream, even though he's meant to have his chat off, he's like, and he's chewing gum, and he looks really fidgety, and you can just tell he's hiding something. He's doing something that's making him feel and then he said at first, I only did it in that match, but his body language and how he's acting is the entire stream. He did it the entire stream. There's no way, and he wasn't paying attention to that bot, because there's no way. And what gets me as well is, I'm dumb. So if I was going to enter a chess tournament, you're going to know that I'm not great at chess. I wouldn't even know how to start cheating at chess. I would just think I would have the other guy stream up, but how would that give me an advantage? I'm just seeing what he's doing anyway. So unless I'm listening to him and I've got his audio, but then I'm only hearing his thoughts, then I've got to know how to counter that. So you have to have a general knowledge. So he was clearly getting outside influence, and he beat the best guy on the day that he shouldn't have beat. So for him to go through that motion and know how to cheat makes me think he's probably cheated in other things. Not saying that he has, but sure. I think, and he has always been someone who's quite open and against cheaters in games. Like in Tarkov, he was so against cheaters and stuff. So it's very disappointing, especially when people have looked up to him. Devs have looked up to him. That's just going to turn. He's going to spend ages now repairing that.
Maybe for no reason. It made no sense.
And if it's money, I thought it was money going to him, but if it's money for charity, I get it. If I was doing it for my charity, I wouldn't cheat, but I would try my absolute hardest. Or what I maybe would do, I'd think out the box here. I would fumble so unbelievably bad that is the most viral clip, and I get an influx of viewers, and then I go, guys, it'd really mean the world to me if, because I came last. Can you all go to this charity page and just donate £5
if you can afford it?
If you can afford it. Mate, if he'd have done
that, you just brought more eyeballs to them.
That's not only bringing more eyeballs to charity, but it's also making me fucking look hilarious as well.
True, it's a double rate. It helps both.
And I think, again, like you said, some people, when they get in this position and they get money or they get viewers or they get whatever, they get into this false sense of reality, don't they, where they kind of look down. You see all the time, like actors, they just look down on, like, it's very rare you get like a really humble actor. Like there was at the F1, there was a British Grand Prix last week, and Tom Holland was there, and there's a guy, an ex-racer, who does all the interviews like on the racetrack before, and Tom Holland was like, oh my god, I'm so glad I met you, like it's so cool to meet you.
Like a cool dude.
Yeah,
he's a good legit
and he
guy.
was like, he was just talking like, I can't believe how chilled the racing drivers are. They're all just chilling, like they're not like shitting themselves. They're about to go through like this crazy adrenaline rush.
Yeah, I know, it's nuts.
And it's nice just to see, like, he's a massive celebrity. He's just normal. It's cool to see.
Yeah, he seems like a cool dude. And he really does.
John Cena the other day, he was at like I don't know if it was the other day, it's recent. He was at a film festival. He was being interviewed by this Indian guy, and the guy says to him, if you could now interview anyone and have a discussion with anyone, who would it be? And John Cena goes, I'm going to put that question back to you. He was like, how many hours where did you come from today? And he's like, oh, India. And how long did it take for you to fly to do this interview on the red carpet? It was like 10.5 hours. And he said, and why do you do it? It's like, oh, well, because I'm, I love it. It's my passion. I believe I was born to follow my passion and to interview people like you. And he went, that's my answer. I wish that I was on this red carpet talking to you, because you're the reason I'm here. And I was like, mate, like John Cena is fucking awesome. Like he could have said anyone. He could have said he's, if his dad's passed, I don't know if his dad's passed away, but he could have said anyone he looks up to in life. But it's so nice that he just was human and he didn't seem egotistical and just said this guy, random Indian guy that's probably shitting himself thinking, fucking John Cena. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's so nice to like think that like he just had that moment to think of others. And it's good just to see people that are in the limelight that are nice. Watch John Cena now be like a child killer.
Yeah, no shit. Well, John Cena's
I'll make you make a wish.
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
he's had some controversy with the China, the Bing Chilling, like he's.
Yeah.
But I do think John Cena, he's just a nice guy. He's just very nice.
He's impossible to hate, isn't he?
Almost to his detriment, though. Sometimes he should maybe be like, "Nah, I'm not going to support this or that." Yeah. He needs a little bit of more of a backbone. But it's like, dude, you're John Cena. Like you're fucking huge. Like you don't, you don't need to like kiss China's ass.
Yeah,
like, that whole weird side thing with that. But ultimately, he does seem like a good dude. You know what I mean? He would just be pleasant and nice to be around. So, but yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I think you're right. I know we want to move on eventually off of this, but just one more, just about pirate software before we move on. Like, just to kind of, I guess, wrap it all up in a big bow.
Please react to this right now, pirate software, you little bitch. Come on, you little bitch.
Yeah.
Come on, tell us.
You coward.
Come on,
you fucking coward.
Do you want to take 26 stone fluff on? Come on, I'll box you. I'm joking. I would not box you. You would batter me, mate.
Yeah, we're doing creator clash. Here we go. We're inviting Thor.
Can we 2-on-1 you? Can we 2-on-1 you? I can tag Coops in straight away because I won't last one second.
No, again, I don't think the dude. No, I don't think the dude's evil. I just think he needs to just be like, hey, just take a breath. Just be more honest, man. You know what you're capable of. You know what you're doing.
I don't know if he's married, but I feel like with me, Lee keeps me in check a lot, and I feel like as much as I don't want to admit it, like I say and do stupid things because I'm a man.
Sure, I do too.
And I feel like behind every man there's a good woman, as that saying is. There's a great woman.
Yeah.
And I feel that I don't know if I get the impression that he's not married. Maybe he is, but maybe he should listen to his wife. And if he's not, maybe he's probably got a really good friend that's got their head on their shoulders, or a dad, or just father-in-law.
Yeah, sure.
He needs someone that he needs to go to and go, this is happening, what would you do? And they will know the thing to do, like what we're saying now. Like, I think he should play up to it in some ways and defend himself and say certain things because we're on the internet. But also he needs to admit when he's wrong and not double down and try and prove that he's right when he's not. I just think he makes himself look more unbearable at that point.
You just make and you just make it 10 times worse for yourself. And now everyone's poking fun at you and looking through everything you've ever said with a fine-tooth comb. Part of me has empathy for him. And of course, you should never receive death threats. You should not be doxxed. Apparently, he got swatted. That's ridiculous. That shit's uncalled for. That is internet lunacy. And there will unfortunately always be those scumbags on the fucking internet and it's like, but you have to be able to accept criticism. And the best thing you can do, if someone were to come at me with criticism, if it's like I don't agree with it, like, okay, well, this is why I might defend myself. But if you have a point, I'd go, okay, I see your point, blah blah blah. Okay, but I'm not going to just roll over for everybody because that's what can happen too, right? Like, it's like a pendulum. It can swing in one direction or the other. You end up kind of being a Ludwig where you apologize for everything and you're sorry about everything and blah, blah, blah. Or you swing to the other extreme where you double down and, oh, no, I'm never wrong. I'm always right. And you just really got to live in the middle, right? Where you can take you can take a stand and you can have your viewpoints and your opinions, but then you can also admit when you're wrong and learn from that and listen to other people's points and go, oh, okay, I see your side.
I do think with like, if you had to be one or the other, I think the Ludwig thing is the better thing to be in it. Be over apologetic, because at least then people criticizing you is, we don't need to apologize for that, mate. It's fine. Other than the other side is, you're being a fucking moron. You're wrong. Why are you still doubling down on it? I feel like, I think, although the Ludwig thing is a bit annoying, it is just a bit annoying. That's all it is. It's not like he's not going to go to jail for what he's apologizing.
Oh no,
like not a pirate software, but like it is more. He's spreading misinformation, really, and that's a big no.
Yeah,
but I think that wraps it up. I was going to mention Helldivers on Xbox, but no one plays Helldivers anymore, so who gives a fuck?
Really.
No, that's really cool.
No,
I think
that's a great game.
That's a big step for what we all want as gamers. We just want all to be one.
Yes.
I think what they should have done is made Xbox the enemy, though, and we just blast Xbox into smithereens.
Yeah,
that'd be incredible. Awesome. Like, make them aliens. Cool. Make them like stupid aliens that can't even move. And we just land and fucking flamethrower.
That's what they need to do. Like Sony and Xbox, make it like a fun competition.
Fun competition,
like, we hate each other's guts. Fuck you guys. But in reality, we're all making money. Yeah, we're all making money. Have them as like
two sides, not as political, but just have two sides of the world. And you have the PlayStation side and the Xbox side, and it's whoever can capture the planets quicker. I think that would be a fun little competition. Yeah. And then you have some events where you have to join together and work together to take out an enemy. But I think it's a massive step in the right direction for games. It's gone on for far too long. In PlayStation's favor, really. It's slowing down now, but I still think if you compare the Sony exclusives that are still exclusives to Microsoft's, it's still night and day. And I think that's why Microsoft probably saw what we are never going to see of Perfect Dark and went, pull the plug on that shit. It's going to be embarrassing. I think potentially what they saw is we'd rather pull the plug and get criticism than let that release and tarnish more Microsoft stuff.
What they showed looked cool, but it could have been a very good vertical slice. It could have just been 10 minutes of exactly. Hey, this looks great, but it's 10 minutes of content. And now they went, well, now we want to see an hour of gameplay, and they went, oh fuck. Yeah. So maybe there's a reason why they canceled it.
And I think it
sucks. But
it sucks because they have, like, Sony did the thing with PS3. They had Blu-ray, Microsoft backed HD DVD. That didn't work. So then they were playing catch up. Then the next system had Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But then they were like, well, you can't share your games though. But then Sony were like, well, you can share your games though. Okay, we'll have to make that. So they've constantly been, and then they bought a bunch of studios. Sony had already secured a bunch of studios. So it's like they're just playing. They're like a step behind. The only thing they're forward on is Game Pass. But that's now got to a point where I think that's harming them more now. Although it's amazing for me as a consumer, it's incredible for Microsoft themselves. It makes them money, but I feel the studios are starting to be not punished, but
hurt by it.
Hurt, definitely. And maybe that's when some of them are going to go, we don't want to stick with you. We want to go open so we can make games for everyone. Or not just be exclusive to Game Pass, maybe like everything.
Which would happen. I mean, a lot of games aren't just exclusive to Game Pass.
Yeah.
They're going to be on everything, so they can make at least more. They can be getting profits from everywhere.
It's a bit like
not just relying on Game Pass.
It's a bit like the Epic situation. They made a fuck ton of money from Fortnite, and they went, right, we're going to buy the rights, or we're going to buy exclusivity for certain games. And you would think that's going to make them a fuck ton of money. It did the absolute opposite to those companies. So, like, Metro Exodus sold not as great on PC because it was Epic only on release and some other games. So I feel that, like, I think they'll eventually catch up, but I don't think it's going to be in the way we think. I think it's just everything is just going to be on everything apart from Nintendo. And that's how they'll catch up, is that they'll be able to play Steam on Xbox. And that's not Xbox winning. That's just Xbox eventually making a step in the right direction at the right time. And I feel that, I don't know. It's sad because, like we said earlier, they were fucking killing it in the early 2000s, and then the 360. I think a lot of people look over, don't they? And they're like, "Oh, it was a great console," but half of everyone's consoles killed himself. How's that successful?
That's
and I
true.
know
The
the
consoles had a lot of
PS3 did that,
problems.
but it was only one
Yeah.
PS3 that did it, the backwards compatible one. The rest of them were fine. So, yeah, I feel bad for them, but also in a way, it's their own fault. They're doing it. So, hopefully, Helldiver's going to Xbox. It's Sony made. It's Sony funded. That's massive. That's like, I don't know that's like
It's
God
true.
of War going to Xbox. That's it. Mad.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Yeah,
so
it's big.
Hopefully, because imagine these people that just out like Lee's Godfather. Not to go into a tangent, this will be the last thing.
No, go for it.
But he just doesn't buy anything Sony because there was a handheld years ago that was made and it could play a lot of things on it. Sony bought it. It was made by like 12 people. Sony bought the rights to it, sacked them, and binned it because it was going to basically be like a competitor to the PSP. So they binned it. They bought it, binned it, and because of that, Lee's Godfather's like, I will never ever buy anything from Sony or Sony published with my own money because I feel what they did then is like unforgivable in his eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know what company or what it was. I'll try and find out from him. He told me last time I saw him, but yeah, get people have their their reasons for not wanting. But mate, if we're all gamers, who fucking cares what it's on? It's if it's on whatever, play it on whatever. But yeah. I think that just about wraps up. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Coops?
No, that's good, man. No, that was awesome.
Cool. Yeah, thank you again. It's been
I'm good. Of course.
Cast.
Hell yeah, man.
Thank you everyone for watching or listening.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Let us know again. I'm gonna try and poll it if I remember. What 2 franchises would you take on a desert island? Or put in the comments on YouTube. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching, liking, and ding-donging the bell.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you for watching. Coops, any final words of wisdom?
Yeah. No, I'll bring up paint. I need paint for final words of wisdom. No, we're good, man. Thanks for listening, everybody. And we will see you on the next one.
Yep, we'll see you on the next one. I have no idea what it is. I might put out some feelers to what people might want to, as to talk about. It might be streamed live. The next one. This one's being recorded offline again. And yeah, go and check out the Dim Frenemies Gaming Podcast as well.
Thank you.
But after you've watched this, if I find out that you've gone to check that out before this, I'll be very angry.
Yeah, that's right. You're fucked.
Yeah, that's it. Canceling you all. Right. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.